Nope.
Shut up, nerd.
Alrighty.
I think that would fit more towards a Jesus campaign.
So to come back to where you were talking, Owl, yes, I'm really glad that you're starting to see players from before, and you're excited to see them
I'm
there.
super excited. Even though I can't react to them, I'm so excited. I can't
I'm
react
excited.
and my inner Azalea is like, Rogan! Please don't blow us up again, Rogan!
I'm excited that you're excited. That was almost scary. I had to re-roll that. I don't think I've ever told anybody that story. But Rogan was the one that when I NPC'd him, he ended up failing on a wild surge, so he had to roll, and
He almost blew us up.
It was a third level fireball on center.
Yep, he
So I
almost
said, I'm
blew
not
us up.
doing that, re-rolled, and then it was a grease spell.
Yeah, so then we got covered in grease. It was horrible. We couldn't stand up. We were all falling around. Like, this is fucking stupid.
Steph was trying to clean it up.
Steph was trying, and she kept slipping. Oh, I hope you know, guys. Stormbringers, oh my god. Steph has been traumatized by Azalea. I'll tell you right now, I came down in my owl form multiple times and talked to her. I was not nice to that lady.
Oh, and now no wonder she doesn't like me speaking to her with my mind.
I would literally...
it all up for me.
Okay, so if I left the building, sometimes I would leave through my window, right, Cheese? So sometimes I would sit at the windows and just literally bash my head into them so someone opened them for me. And then I'd be like, thank you, as I flew in.
God.
One time I came into the bar with everyone else and I sat on the table. She's like, why is there an owl on the table? I was like, I'm just enjoying my food. She does not.
She bug-eyed and just left. Wanted nuts. She went, that's a nice owl there, and then left.
I scared her so much.
And then you're talking birds now?
Yep, and I made weird.
We're never going to Quen.
I made weird. Just like I just did weird things. Like I had her give me a cloth so I could put my extra food and take it to go. I made a to-go bag.
That. You made a to-go bag, yeah.
I was like, I need snacks for the road. I'm not that hungry.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna drop the title. Today's title is To Penrith, Episode 1, Broken Love.
Vanguard. Syndicate's Vanguard.
No, I'm not going back down that roller coaster again. Hell no.
See, it even winds Laura up. That's how you know it's good.
No. Enough with the jokes. Are we ready?
That wasn't a joke.
That wasn't a joke, though.
That sounded like a joke.
That's fine. Never mind.
I like it,
would
though.
say yes, but we're missing somebody. We're missing Val.
Vanguard?
She just fit. Where did Val live?
Oh, Val. Val was here.
It was, and then she's disappeared.
Do you guys truly want to be called the Vanguard? Does that work? Seems a bit out of place.
It
Like
makes
a Vanguard
It makes me think of my high school band because we were the Vanguard band.
Let's play a little and then we'll come up with it. How about that? Boom.
Yeah.
Let's see. Vanguard synonyms include things like frontline, persecutor, forerunner, forefront, stuff like that. You guys are a bunch of mages. You're gonna call yourself the Vanguard.
I'm not a mage.
We're a bunch of losers.
Mage?
That's what we are.
You're a bunch
A
of
bunch of-
non-frontliners.
Did you just say a bunch of losers?
We are a bunch of losers.
Only Scales is.
The C team,
that's
there it
valid.
is.
We're the ski team. We're not even
I'm
the ski team anymore.
I'm a delicious is great.
Thank you.
We got some things happening today, though. We really do. So, I'm gonna run some really interesting scenarios at you guys, and we're gonna have fun with it.
Do you want me to leave now?
What?
Do you want me to leave now? Because you're gonna start playing, right?
Oh yeah, you're not playing. Get out of here!
Did you forget? The fucking Azaleas, dude! Ugh.
Azalea lives in my heart. Okay.
Oh my god, she lives in my heart too, so I need you to not call me her because it makes me sad every time you call me that.
True.
You never know. You might run into a cleric, and you might have a little bit of a session where you meet her in the afterlife or something.
We already met her in the afterlife. That was a sad moment.
Or
You
just say
did.
to go and like revive
Please,
her.
Don't bring it back up. I'm gonna start
Don't-
crying again.
It's a good moment.
It was a good moment. I cried. You made me cry.
I made me cry.
Alright, I'm taking it. Oh, well, you need Jessica, don't you? Huh? Okay.
For a moment, yes.
Okay. Jessica, I'll be in lobby when you're done.
Okay, I gotta reload this, because for some reason it's not loaded properly.
Let's try this. Yeah.
And I'm just gonna sit around and ask. Start from the top of the list. Eric, are we ready?
I'm good.
Fox, how are you?
Hi.
Are we ready?
Hi. Yes.
Stop saying hi! Oh my god. Jared, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, Jess, are you ready? For
See,
the short amount of time that you get to actually play.
see.
Okay. Lamsit, are you ready?
Yeah.
And Laura, are you?
I think so, yeah.
Everyone always says yeehaw.
I'm very scared. Oh, question. Roll 20. I'm just looking at a white sheet. Is that good? Yeah.
Yeah, again, remember,
Yeah.
unless if I say it's a mapped area or somewhere you should pay attention.
Oh yeah. I didn't know. I love
Every
that. My
session
roll
will
20
start
wasn't-
this way.
Okay.
People have to stop asking.
The
This is
last
the
time we
worst.
started off
You should
in
do a
the
title
end,
cut
I
like
just
I do.
wanted to make sure that
What's
we
that,
know that
Cheese?
roll 20 is uploading properly. That's all I want
Okay.
to know for her.
That's
Don't
true.
yell at me. Don't
I
yell
do
at
this
me.
every time we start a game, is I
You
say
need to put a. You
theater
need to
of
put a.
mind until we get to a mapped area.
You need to put a little thingamabobber on there so we know that roll 20 is loaded.
Like just a blank screen thingamabobber?
No, like what
Fix it
Cheese has,
later.
as in like a
Yeah, I
like a.
understand what you mean. I understand what you mean. It's just the only reason why I leave it a blank screen because it has to load no assets, right?
Yeah, but you could just have words on it, I suppose. No, whatever.
There we go.
Alrighty. Well, I am ready. And if you are all ready as well.
Hey, what about Val?
I
Said she'll be here
Right,
in
you're
5
correct.
on general chat.
in 5, I see that.
Okay, so
I know we only started at 7 because Val said she'd be ready for 7, so I don't know.
we started because Lam said he would be here at 7.
Or Lamb,
Oh,
yes, you're right. My bad.
that's fine.
Lamb said he'd be ready. Alright, well, what we can do is, I don't know if I asked anybody to do a recap for this session, but what I will do is at the end of this session, I will pick somebody for recap. Does anybody want to recap for the events of last time?
I will.
I was gonna say I think
I'll
Scales
say-
should.
Alrighty.
Oh god.
And are you looking for any specific mood to recap in?
I'm pretty agitated.
An agitated mood?
Yeah.
Okay, I can deal with that.
I'm gonna have to mute myself for this.
Totally your
Okay,
fault.
you should mute yourself for stuff like this, by the way. That is a good thing. Okay. So, agitated. We'll allow you to do a recap. Jared, are you familiar with how recaps are done?
Do I just say how my character perceived the last events?
Yes. And if you can, have a lot of fun with it in your character's perspective. Like, through your character, you're telling a story.
I can do that.
Can you?
Yeah, I can.
An agitated mindset.
Alright, ready?
I'm looking for a song. You let me know if this works. I don't know if this works, but you let me know if this works.
I'm waiting. No, I don't think that'd work for what I want to go with.
Okay.
It's a bit too light.
Okay, you want a bit harder. Okay, I can deal with that. I don't know if this works. Let's see. And then when you do a recap... Oh, wait, 1 second. No, that's ambience. I don't know. No, that's scary.
No, I don't want to scare them. I just want to rant.
God, I don't have any angry songs.
No,
do
they
Anguish.
won't work. They won't work.
Anguish could probably work.
Yeah, okay. I could go with that.
How's Anguish?
Yeah, I could work with that.
Okay. You wanted a bit harder. Okay. Recap. Go ahead.
All right. So, after bravely throwing Solus towards the guards and returning to the inn, we found out that the necromancer was Nader all along. But even more shit went down after that. I ended up getting into a few fights and trying to spark a few friendships as well. I've kind of just slowly realized everyone there hates me. I don't blame them. They're not as good as me. But things slowly took a turn for the worse. Because someone stole a platinum from me. And that just cannot go without punishment. It started out as a simple brawl. I just wanted my coin back. But weapons were drawn. I was forced to put a lot of people into a bad place. I regret it a bit now. But no matter. Hopefully the next day, on our way to Penrith, I can make amends.
The morning is 9. And as the sun starts to rise, one by one, each of you make your waking moments. In whichever order you decided, and that naturally occurred. You'll make your way downstairs to see your last breakfast prepared by yours truly, Brock. It's a good meal too, and with everything the way it's been going, it's a humbled sight to see that the inn is willing to support you guys in such a way in its trying times, all things considered. Proteins, starches, fruit even. The breakfast sits hearty and well. This is where we begin, as you all seat somewhere in the inn.
Okay, I'm back.
It is a map now, so it's Syndicate Inn, as you would know it.
Mm-hmm.
Brock has sat you all down at tables or the bar stool with your meals. Pick a spot, begin RP. But not until everybody's decided.
That's literally the only thing you're gonna hear from me at the moment.
Right, just pecking. Val seems to be having trouble, I see that.
Be awkward. Wisp would be still upstairs.
You can just still be upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'll throw you back up there.
No, put me back up there. Don't throw me.
It'd be rude to throw her.
There you go.
Hey, I'm I'll land on all fours.
Who's sitting where? I'll put Z right by Sparrow. That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm online. Hold on. Trying to fix shit.
Alara, where are you sitting?
Put us at the bar. I'm trying to get my
You can
roll
put
20.
yourself at the bar.
Well, I'm trying.
Okay, yeah.
My things acting
That's okay.
weird.
Let me find a better song for this.
Like, I don't what. I don't
I play
know
Broken
what's wrong
City
with.
a lot.
I guess it's my internet.
What is it called?
I take it is the ale sieve with this meal? I doubt it.
Yes.
If there is. Yes, I'm gonna give my. I'm gonna slide my ale over to Scales.
Okay.
I'll just nod, but just stare at my food.
Guy's gonna suddenly just come back to consciousness and just kind of like gasp and lurch forwards.
All
Back
of you
to
would
motion.
know that Guy was here downstairs all night long, actually. As the first person to come downstairs would have seen Guy just sleeping.
Sleeping. Is Amadeus sitting in front of Guy?
Yeah, I'm sitting across Guy.
Just spoon in mouth, just gulping down food, watching a guy reanimate.
You don't reanimate, sure.
Well, you know what I mean, just waking up.
Whatever sleep is to you, you come back alive, yeah.
Welcome back to the world of the waking, Sir Guy.
Yeah. So, that looks pretty good.
There's enough for everyone, if you would like some.
I won't be needing any of that. Pretty good.
Sparrow's gonna kind of rub at her eyes sleepily. As
Sparrow?
Oh,
How am I doing that? I have no hands.
I'm sorry. It's gonna be.
Claw my own eyes out.
Oh, whoa, thank you for subscribing, whomever. That is amazing. Sorry, I gotta call that out real quick. That was very kind of you.
You're all good. Z is going to. Fuck. Now I'm laughing.
Yes, that's okay.
Z is going to kind of rub at her eyes sleepily, not really appreciating the light. Her eyes are a bit slitted. Sparrow, what are you eating today?
Oh. Actually, I don't mean to be an ass, but where did I find my scarf this morning?
Just on the floor.
I slept rather well, thank you. However, I found this on the floor. I'm gonna place the scarf down on the table. So I did not wake up in such a good mood.
Oh no. Well, I mean, I don't know what we could do about it. Maybe I can clean it?
It is not a problem. It is more the fact that... Don't worry about it, it's fine. And I'm gonna pick it up with my beak and just throw it in, dusty and dirty as it is.
You guys hold on that for a second. My Discord seems to be having a small error, so I'm gonna force close and open it again.
Okay.
Is it like dropping signal over and over
Not
again?
signal. I can't load any chats and PMs. So I'm not being able to send a PM, and I can't load chat rooms that aren't already preloaded.
Right,
So they're
okay.
back.
And now a word from our sponsor, Weeb Crate.
Don't
I said
advertise
weeb.
on my
I said weeb.
channel. Do not advertise on my channel. And I'm back. Let's see
Like
if I can
all
load
of y'all
these.
are like roboting in and out sometimes. Like sometimes it's fine, sometimes it's not. And then Peace, you're just gonna have to move the Laura because I try to pull up Roll20 and it just freezes.
Okay, I am here. And yeah, like I said, theater of mind's more important than the map right now. It's just mapping because if people prefer seeing the map. But this is probably going to be a short time of the map anyways. My Discord seems to be good now. Anybody on Roll20 can tell me what they do, and I can move them around just to make sense of it. But again, it's more important that you tell me what you're doing, Theater of Mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maps
I mean,
important
Alara
when
and
it's...
Alyssa just.
So map's more important when there's actually a combat scenario going on or something that requires you to know where you are.
Yeah.
Alrighty. But we'll continue. And, yeah. So Sparrow and Z was having a conversation, correct?
Please.
Yeah, I pick up the scarf and throw it in my open backpack at the side. Just
Well, I mean, if you don't want it cleaned, I guess that's okay. It's whatever you want, really.
it was dusty to begin with. It really makes no difference whether it is clean or not. It is just going to get dirty again anyway.
I see. Well, okay then.
And you, how did you sleep? You slept well from what I saw this morning.
Yeah, I could go for a couple more hours, maybe enough for it to be nighttime. It's way too bright out here.
I understand, but you do need to eat, so please eat.
Okay. And she's gonna grab her hood and kind of pull it up over her head before beginning to dig in.
I just go back to pecking at my food. Peck.
Alara, Alyssa, what's going on over there?
Sitting at the bar. Lara's still gonna be passive aggressive, just like staring down Jared while she like takes her right hand, just kind of puts the strand of hair behind Alyssa's like ear and like rests her hand on her face and just kind of like stares at him. And, like, I know you want this, but this is mine.
Oh my.
She's constantly kind of just flicking herself in the wrist.
Why is she flicking her wrist? Like,
I don't know.
I guess
Why don't you ask that in character, Jessica?
That's what I'm about to do.
Do the flick of the wrist.
Look at the flick of the wrist. Woo!
In character, please.
I'm trying. Okay. Alyssa, what's wrong? Why are you flicking yourself?
And she looks down and realizes what she's doing and presses her hands flat on the bar stool table. Oh, it's nothing. Sorry.
Come on now. Flicking yourself isn't nothing. What's going on?
Just, old habits. That's all.
Well, we're gonna have to work on breaking that habit.
And she takes a forkful of some fruits. This is really good. This is really good.
Well, eat it and enjoy it. There's plenty if you want some of mine.
When she eats as if she hasn't eaten in years. Literally.
Did they feed you properly while you were in that jail cell?
What do you think?
How often did they feed you?
Not often enough. Your demeanor kind of diminishes a bit.
Turn that whole fucking town around.
Ooh.
Brock leans in, kind of subtly, to both of you, not just Alyssa. He says, it's okay. We have all the food you could ever want here. Kind of. In a way. Just take the time to warm up and make yourself at home.
Laura's
Alyssa
just kind of like...
glowingly smiles to that. Go ahead.
Yeah, Alyssa's just kind of... Laura should kind of take her like left hand and kind of like gently rest it on like Brock's hand that's closest to her and then just be like, thank you.
He nods in an affirmation. Guy and Amadeus, what's happening over there?
So whatever happened to Scales after they took him up there?
It's Brock and Alara. Brock and Alara threw him into bed, and he was out cold. I watched over him for a little bit to make sure he didn't die in his sleep, I guess, and then I went to bed myself. I woke up before he did.
You know, great wise men once told me it'd be like that. Sometimes you just have to let things happen. And sometimes you have to just watch stupidity happen and watch your allies kill each other on occasion. Brings back memories of my old boys. But, in all honesty, though. So.
I don't know. It seems like it all could have been avoided. It's in the past now, I guess.
Very much so. But it's entertaining to be around the living like this. Watching y'all do things. You feel me?
I can't say I do, but I haven't died either, so...
Well, you know, it's an unrelatable factor. But for me, I'm just enjoying it while I can. I don't know how long I can enjoy this, or how much longer. Feel me?
Well, I sure hope we put on a good show for you, Sir Guy.
Anyways, a guy is gonna wave over at Scale, Sparrow, and Z. Hey! And he's gonna get up and take a few. He's gonna just move across the table and just.
Yeah?
Just stand right here. Hey.
Yeah?
So, we haven't really spoken. Either of you. Me, he's gonna walk up beside Scales and pat him on the shoulder. Me and this dragon here have been acquainted. So you two.
Well... Well, I'm...
And she's kind of like fidgeting as she's trying to speak.
I'm Z, and this is my friend Sparrow.
Oh, it's nice to meet you two. And Guy's gonna give them the warmest smile a walking corpse can.
She's gonna smile back awkwardly as well.
I'm going to swallow what's in my mouth and look over. It is good to make your acquaintance as well.
Of course. The guy's gonna hold his hand out to Sparrow.
Sparrow's gonna look at it oddly, cock my head to the side, and just...
You may not have hands, but I'm sure you can shake something.
I'm gonna look at the fact that I'm sitting down, kind of like, move my chair back, swivel around, lean back, and awkwardly extend my leg.
That, you know what? Acceptable. And the guy's gonna shake your leg.
And as the talons...
So, what are you two's story? What brings you here?
I've been in jail for a year. I don't have much of a story.
Okay, jail. I've been in jail.
Oh, really?
Yeah, back in the day. Just for a little bit, though.
Jail is hell, if I'm honest.
It's not that bad when you've got your goons with you.
I only had myself for...
Well,
and crazy people.
well, that sounds very unpleasant. I'm sorry you had to go.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, I'm back here with you guys, right?
Yeah, we're all friends here. Real chill posse. And how about you, Birdie?
I have my eyes closed, and I'm keeping as blank an expression as I can. and I'm just going to open my mouth and... I am just here to keep her out of trouble. I paint, and I want to see the world. There isn't much to me, I'm afraid.
That's an understandable goal and lifestyle. I can respect that.
Pharaoh, I don't get in trouble all the time.
If you look at me, you will be able to see that I'm visibly pained by this I'm visibly internally pained by this conversation.
Perhaps we should change the subject.
Perhaps we should. So you draw, Birdie, huh? What's the last thing you draw?
I'm gonna nudge my plate over to one side, put my head in my bag, and pull out the painting of the inn that I made.
Now that is delightful. You've got quite a skill here.
There is not much to do at the monastery. I'm afraid I had a lot of time to hone my skill.
A monastery, you say? Man, let me take a closer look. And guy's gonna lean a little slightly closer to the painting. Not gonna touch it, obviously. But
I'll place it down on the table.
Do you do portraits? Bad chance.
I do, yes. It's not as good as my landscape.
I understand. Well, I'd actually. This is a little embarrassing. I'm a bit of a narcissist right now, but would you mind drawing me?
Think about it. There is a bit weighing on my mind right now, and
Of course, my friend. Anyways, I'll leave you two to your own. To your own. Guy's gonna slowly walk away.
I'm gonna kick my chair back and move up towards Alara and Alyssa.
Oh. You could sit with us. So he's gone. Okay.
And then she's gonna look over at Amadeus and kind of tell her.
And who are you?
Amadeus, out of the corner of his eye, watches as Scales walks through to the bar, but then turns back to Z as she speaks to him, and he offers a polite little smile. Oh, I'm Amadeus Hope. It's a delight to make your acquaintance. I'm sorry I hadn't yet gotten the chance to before. Everything happened so fast yesterday, after all.
I was actually in my room yesterday, or the room I'm staying in. What exactly happened? I don't know,
Amadeus pauses and thinks on it for a second. Just a little mishap is all.
Well, is everything okay?
Yes, we're all fine, as you can see. And he kind of half gestures to the room. Just a little silliness on behalf of some of our comrades.
Apologize.
I'm gonna look at Z, look at Amadeus, look at Z, go, think for a moment, step over one, and then I'm gonna extend my wing and start preening. Because otherwise I block Amadeus and Z's eye contact completely.
Scales is yelling at Alara right now to apologize.
Wait,
Apologize for what?
You're yell
For
apologizing?
stabbing me! You apologize and I'll
attacked an
apologize.
innocent lady.
I attack no decent lady. Neither of you are decent.
Oh.
We're more decent than you are. Have you taken a look at yourself?
You guys are whores.
Oh.
Alara waves, rolls her fingers to wave you goodbye. Thank you.
You mean Alyssa?
Yes, Alyssa does that.
Just apologize so I can apologize, and then we can put this behind us.
Well, I'm sorry. As she kind of bows, looks you in the eye with a sinister look, that you feel like you need an apology.
And I'm sorry that you were dropped on your head so many trials as an infant that you ended up this stupid.
Ooh, Laura.
Now, Scales, I suggest you go sit back down with your man over there, Amadeus, before we send you back to your room crying like we did yesterday.
Yes, why don't you be a good little child and take a seat? We're eating. Don't disturb us, please.
Yes, let the adults talk.
She takes a fork full of a grape and just bites half of it, showing, kind of baring her cheeky teeth at you.
Apologize like you mean it. Now.
Brock, this grows tiresome. Can you tell him to leave? As Brock kind of eyes you kind of slightly. Scales, this is not the time.
Oh, it's not the time for me to get knocked out again? Is that it? Look, I get you guys don't like me, right? I've kind of read that situation.
Brock throws an arm in between Alara and Scales, looks at the ladies, disappointed. Looks at Scales, disappointed. Scales, grow up. Sit down.
I am growing up. I'm asking for an apology.
I just have one thing to say, Scales. Everyone here would treat you better if you got your ego in check.
And everyone would treat you better if you weren't a bitch.
Excuse me, hi. I just, we're all friends here. We're kind of all together, sort of. I don't know, but we really shouldn't fight this way. I mean, I don't know what caused the argument or anything like that, so I'm not trying to assume anything. But is there really a benefit to doing any of this? Is it really worth it?
Just to quickly note, because I know you weren't there for the session, Val, but Alara, Alyssa, and Scales, the three of them, the girls versus Scales, had a disagreement because Scales said that Alara stole from him, or Alyssa stole from him, and a fight broke out, and they basically threw Scales unconscious. Guy and another had to bring Scales upstairs and throw him to bed.
Yeah, I was just, it's kind of like I'm doing like her as like observing all this and kind of just,
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know why they're arguing right now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, there's argument going on. Let's stop this. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, for the sake of peace, fine. Scales, we're sorry.
Alara shoots you, or sorry, Alyssa shoots you a quick look, Alara. As if, like, really? We're sorry?
Realizing that's probably the best he's gonna get, he'll just walk away and say, I'm sorry under his breath.
Good boy.
Excuse me.
And she's gonna kind of chase after Scales.
Did what caused the argument, if you don't mind my asking?
Well, some stuff happened beforehand. They hurt my ego a bit, but that doesn't matter. But what happened was, she stole a platinum from me, and then wouldn't give it back.
Oh, those are a bit expensive.
Yeah, and it was mine.
Well, it's all about getting that platinum back, right?
It's the fact that they stole it and didn't give it back.
Well, how about if I make it up for it?
I'm gonna kind of go over and then take out a platinum and hand it to him.
I'm gonna take the platinum anyway, right? I'll pocket it, but I'll say, that doesn't change anything, and then walk away.
Oh. Okay.
Sadly and disappointedly, she's gonna walk back to her chair. Sit down with a sad look.
That is a sad sight right there. Isn't it, Amadeus?
Yes, it is. And Amadeus moves to Z's side and folds his hands in front of him. Don't worry about Scales. He's something else. It's honestly not worth trying with him at this point.
Well, is there like a problem with him or something?
She's gonna kind of whisper it.
If stupidity was an illness, he would have the plague.
Oh. You don't seem to like him very much.
And Amadeus kind of just shrugs.
Hey, Amadeus, you know what? I've actually never really seen Scales win a fight.
It's because he's never won a fight.
Oh, that poor man. I smell something. It's fate a-brewing.
Reel it in.
I'm sorry.
What is it?
Nothing, sorry, I was monologuing.
Less jokes, please, Lambton.
Anyways, don't worry. Scales is Scales. My few interactions with him have been set the same, and I feel you.
Oh,
Excuse me, bird lady.
I'm gonna turn my head. Yes. What is wrong?
I just wanted to say, do you have your scarf on you? The one you tried giving to Alyssa?
Yes, of course. It is in my bag, and I'm gonna motion my head over to where my bag is.
May I see it real quick?
Of course. And I'm going to walk over to my bag. I'll just walk over to my bag, pick it up, and bring it over. Plop it on the floor, stick my head in, and reveal a dusty old scarf.
I'm gonna hold it in my left hand and then extend my right hand out and bite in between the area between the thumb and your pointer finger until like some blood's coming out. I'm gonna press the blood to the scarf. And while this is happening, I'm gonna be like, I wasn't raised by Dragonborn. I don't know much about the Dragonborn culture, but I do know one thing. What you did was brave, and it shouldn't have happened. And I'm gonna hand the scarf to her. I'm gonna be like, that is an honor pact that I'm making right now. As a Dragonborn, I am bound to fulfill it. So whatever you may need, present the scarf to me, and I'll do it.
Sparrow's going to
sorry.
take a moment to absorb and try and understand what has just happened. I can't talk at the moment. I'm going to place the scarf back in my bag. I appreciate the offer, and I hope that we can learn together. We have something in common. I don't know much about my people
Yeah,
either.
let's not make it too awkward, okay?
Thank you.
And with that, I'll go sit down.
Nader is found downstairs. He simply presents himself in a very regal manner. He takes a plate of food from Brock, a bunch of fruits, the meats, the starches, everything. He fills up and he sits down with a fork and knife and up straight cuts into it and takes small bites.
Sorry, are you gonna say anything, or?
who?
I'm asking Peace, is Nadir about to say anything, or can I grab Brock a moment?
No, he's just sit down.
Okay. Excuse me, Brock, may I ask you something?
Sure.
With the trip that is ahead of us, I was wondering, do you have anything like this? And I'm going to place one of my feather daggers on the counter, which I pulled out of my wing while I was by the door. Something
Okay.
preferably non-lethal.
And sorry, exactly what are you pulling out? Like the feather dagger?
Yeah, I'm pulling out a feather dagger. Essentially, I'm asking him, can I have something that would act as a dart like this, but non-lethal?
He goes to grab it from you,
Mhm.
and he starts looking it over. He goes, I don't know what you think you know about me. I understand that we kind of fight the same way.
No, you misunderstand. I imagine pieces get broken here. Bits of wood, anything I can use.
You want something that works like this, and he kind of holds the feather dagger.
I want something people can throw at me so that I may practice catching.
Catching? Oh.
Yes, if I mess up with this, it will not end well.
He kind of scratches his head. What I remember doing is I had, when I was training, my masters would throw rocks.
Just plain rocks work?
If you throw them hard enough.
I'm gonna quickly eye everyone in the bar, or at least the people I know who are coming with us.
Mhm.
That is very clever. I didn't think of that. Thank you, Brock. Thank you.
Don't mention it. Just make sure it's not big enough to hurt, but not small enough to not matter.
Make sure it is just big enough to feel.
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
I'm gonna take the feather dagger and slide it back into my wing. Thank you, Brock. I appreciate all of your help. And I'm gonna start moving back over. Oh, wait, before I move back over, one last thing. Could I have another drink before we leave?
Yeah, sure. And he pours you a flagon of ale.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna awkwardly try and... I'm gonna grab it with my foot and just very lightly begin to flap my way over here without spilling it.
Make a dex save.
Dex save? Can I make an acrobatics for this?
Sure.
Good, because that's way better.
Not today.
Oh, no!
You go to take it and you bow ever so slightly in Brock's direction, and immediately when you turn, you throw the glass. So you don't even make it past to here before the glass just goes and flies right about pinging here. Brock corks an eye at you as if he's watched a fellow comrade fall. And he says, oh, why don't you go sit down and I'll bring you a glass.
I'm going to close my eyes, shake my head, look back. It wasn't for me, and I'm gonna take my probably ale-soaked claw and point it at Scales.
I'll grab Scales a drink.
Thank you. I will grab the glass.
It's shattered.
Doesn't matter.
And as you go to grab the glass, he extends a single hand out. It's like, no, I'll grab that.
I'm just gonna walk past it and head outside.
Yeah. Brock walks over and he starts cleaning it up, scraping up the shards of a broken friend, and walks back behind the bar to grab an ale. Walks up the Scales and says, from the bird, here. Brock looks upset.
At this point, that bird's gonna get me drunk, and I'll down it.
Whoa, why is there a horse out here?
There's always been a horse out here.
I've never seen this horse before.
Theater of mind!
Sorry.
Theater of mind.
I head over to my
please.
tree. You said pay attention. No, you were the one that said pay attention to. Sorry, I saw the horse and freaked out. I was like, hang on a minute, that's not there.
That is Mare, and Mare is Brock's horse.
Okay, I didn't know that. I was like, I'm fully
I
astounded
said that
there's a
when-
horse out.
When
here.
you guys came back to Syndicate, I said that there was a horse. There just wasn't the token.
Right. Okay, so I do know the horse is there,
Yes, the horse has always been there.
and I'm gonna go to my tree and thwack.
Yes. Roll. You're a dex-based fighter, so you can roll a dex check. No acrobatics. Okay. Keep on to that. Alrighty. Yeah. What else is happening inside the inn?
Scales is gonna lean over to Nadir and be like, "So how's it feel to know you've been caught?"
He takes a fork full of a protein. God.
Well, like, you're famed necromancer. Well, I guess I should say infamed necromancer. Nobody likes you. And now you're gonna want. Bye. I'm gonna grab his plate of food and drag it over towards me.
Do not, as he snaps his finger
Hello.
and appears right behind you. Do not touch my food.
I'm gonna push it back.
And in the back of your head, he whispers, "And whose would you say is caught, Scales?
You?
Because I am as free as the birds that fly in the sky of this wonderful country."
Really now?
Yes, yes I am.
I'm gonna stay silent. No, I'm gonna hold my breath too.
And he walks over, sits down, and takes a grape. And starts nibbling on that. Points his half-eaten grape fork at you. And what about you, Scales? How free are you?
I like to think I'm pretty free. Kinda just chilling out here.
Well, then you're free. You see, freedom is a contrast of the mind. You have to feel free to enjoy it. There's no point in proclaiming freedom if you're trapped by your mind.
Don't you feel any remorse for what you've done, though? Like, do you still feel like you can be free?
And when you say what you've done, he takes a fork and stabs it into his meat. What I've done. And as he jaggedly cuts into the meats, is I've extended the life of those who needed the aid. And he takes an aggressive bite. With a mouth full of food still, he loses his composure. What I have done, another stab, is worked with complete honor in a trade that I thought welcoming, true, and right. And he takes another aggressive bite out of his meal. One big stab. What I have done is worked for a cause greater than any man could have seen. And he takes one bite again, realizes he's acting out, takes a deep breath, looks down at his plate and again at you, Scales.
Well, it
What I've
seems
done has been betrayed.
to me like you got caught up into a cause that wasn't a very good one. Who wants to live forever? And I'm looking over at Guy at this point. I mean,
Hey.
let's be honest. It's all about the legacy we leave behind, and if you live forever, what legacy do you leave? I mean, that guy over there can't even get drunk. Is that even worth extending your life for? I would not want to live past my life due if I couldn't get drunk. Like, that's just a no for me.
And Nadir extends an open face palm to you and says, "Save it, Scales." Takes another forkful of potato.
I'm just saying, it's hard for me to imagine you thinking you're free with what you've done. Like, I guess free is the wrong word. What I'm going with is, do you regret any of it?
I regret not knowing sooner. Simply put. But my actions were always true. I regret that I was used, but I do not regret how I felt being part of a greater cause. And I hope every one of you can say the same. That you were part of something great, regardless if it itself was or not.
Alright. I'm just gonna hold my breath again, so.
I'm gonna start making you roll con saves.
I can hold my breath for a really long time, just remember
Yes,
that.
probably. Yeah. Like 3 minutes, I'm sure. Alrighty. Amadeus, guys, Ziltana. Any other conversation pieces going on at the moment?
I was muted. Nice. Amadeus looks around a little bit awkwardly, and then glances at Guy and Scales, and I suppose we should head out here soon if we want to make it to Penrith on time. Has anyone seen Wisp this morning?
At the name of Wisp, Z looks away.
Is something wrong, Z?
Wisp and I are... We're a little... Let me see if I can find the word. At odds? Yeah.
Amadeus. Intelligence check.
Just straight intelligence.
Straight intelligence.
You poor boy.
That's average enough. You can you can put it together, everything that's been going on. That Ziltana and Wisp don't see eye to eye on everything. Just can't tell why.
Okay. Well, is it something we should be concerned about?
Well, I don't know. Am I going to Penrith with you?
I suppose that's your decision.
I don't want to make the party uncomfortable, or I don't want any unnecessary fighting. If there was a chance that Wisp and I could talk and work things out, I would be more than happy, but at this point in time, I really don't know. And that worries me.
I suppose it's Wisp's decision then. Has anyone seen her come downstairs yet?
I'll go find her.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm going to head upstairs.
Sir Scales, I can
No,
take
don't
care
worry,
of
I got it.
Okay.
That's so funny. I'll go to. Oh no. As Scales goes upstairs. Scales, you're in the middle of the upstairs hall. Which door would you like to enter?
I'm just gonna start yelling her name. Wisp! And then I'll walk up to this door.
Perception roll, Wisp.
I'm gonna automatically fail that, considering all things.
Okay, sure. And you knock on that door, Scales?
Can I kick it down?
Please.
With a strength check? Sure.
Yeah.
With a snap of a finger, everybody downstairs sees that Nadir disappears.
There he goes.
And yeah, you kick that door straight down.
Open or down? Like, does he kick it open, or is it off the hinges now?
Breaks the fucking door.
Wisp!
Nadir appears right behind you. I swear,
Jesus
Scales, if you
Christ.
break another fucking thing in this inn, I will throw you out.
Well, then how about you help me help you by helping me? And help me find Wisp.
He walks over. It doesn't take a genius to know that this, and he points at the door in front of him, is Wisp's room.
That's all you had to say.
Can we hear the door get kicked down from downstairs?
Yes, you can. And he walks over, puts himself in front of you, Scales. Now, not only will that door cost you, but that information too.
Whoa, why does the information cost me? I can understand the door.
Scales, I'm not in the mood. It'll be 5 gold.
Can we work a deal out?
Scales, that will be 5 gold pieces.
How about 3 for the door?
Scales, that will be 5 gold pieces as he extends his hand out, fully expecting all 5 of that gold to be there.
I'll grab 5 gold, but I'll give it to him with a very pained expression on my face.
Like, one at a time.
Yeah, as I'm just watching like my children leave me, basically.
He'll count them out, like, one at a time. 1, 2, 3.
At 3, I'm gonna stop and I'll be like, you sure you just don't want me to pay for the door?
He corks his eye at the gold, and he looks at you.
Fine, and then I'll drop the other 2.
4, 5, and he clasps it in his hand very tightly and puts it in his pocket. Takes 2 fingers to his eyes and 1 to you. Snaps his finger and is gone.
Stupid invisible crap.
And from behind you, shut your mouth, and snaps again.
Stupid invisible eavesdropping crap. I'll knock on the door.
And from downstairs, you can see that the chair that Nadir was sitting out pulls out from behind him. Or the chair pulls out, no Nadir, and then all of a sudden he appears in the chair after he seats.
What did he break this time?
A door.
Amadeus looks personally annoyed at this point.
Nadir shares the same personal annoyance.
I'm gonna go make sure he doesn't break anything else, and Amadeus will run upstairs after Scales.
Surely. And as Scales, you go upstairs and knock on Wisp's door.
You get no response.
Wisp! Wisp!
You knock that door hard enough, the door is open, so.
I'm gonna see Amadeus coming up, and I'm gonna turn to him and I'm like, I think she's in trouble. Should I kick the door down?
No, do not kick the door down, he yells as he runs across the hallway. Lady Wisp, Amadeus yelling through the door. Do you mind if we come in?
I think she's dead.
Amadeus will scooch past Scales and push the door open the rest of the way.
Okay, so as you... she's laid on her front on the bed, seemingly to be sound asleep. Her hand is resting on one of her hands is resting on the headboard, and it's gripping it tightly, so much so that the wood around it is becoming splintered. The closer that you look, her body is tense, and there's a couple of beads of sweat that's running along her forehead.
Amadeus moves very quietly and slowly, getting a little closer, and reaching out a hand and just very gently nudging her shoulder. Lady Wisp, are you all right?
To do that, she quickly turns around and grabs your hand, probably scratching it a little bit with her claws. She kind of sits up slightly. Doesn't seem to realize who you are for a moment before a second or two passes and she quickly lets go.
Amadeus pulls his hand back and rubs the new little scratches on his arm, but he looks more concerned than upset. Lady Wisp, are you alright?
What is going on? Why are you here?
We were set to leave for Penrith this morning, and you hadn't come down for breakfast yet. We just wanted to check on you.
Right, I'll be up in a second. And she's going to kind of pull the covers back. As she does, she kind of wiggles over to the edge of the bed and begins to stand up. As she does, she makes sure her back is facing you guys. So she'd be crawling off Solas's side of the bed, and her back would be towards you. As she does, her hair kind of moves to the side and over her shoulder, and you can see across her back is scarring. Puncture wounds, lacerations, I think it's what you call it. Just litter her back. Seem to be healing, or have healed.
Amadeus looks for a second and averts his eyes to the floor and just again politely asks, are you alright, Lady Wisp? You seem a little tense.
I'll be fine. Just, I need some food.
Okay.
To begin dressing herself.
Breakfast is prepared downstairs. It's ready for you whenever you are. And he quickly steps out of the room.
Hey, did you see her back?
Sir Scales.
I didn't know Solus was that freaky.
Scales!
What?
That's very inappropriate. We should just go downstairs.
But you did see it.
I saw it, and whatever it is, it's none of our business.
Dang, I didn't know Solus was that freaky.
Sir Scales, please. And goes back downstairs.
Oh my gosh. After a few minutes, Wisp will dress herself and get her equipment and everything and then head downstairs.
Okay.
Whack.
Anybody doing anything?
Amadeus will walk back to his little corner with Guy and Z, and because Z and Sparrow seem to be closest, Lady Z, what is it that Sparrow's doing outside? That bumping sound.
Well, the Sparrow comes from a monastery, and so she likes to practice her fighting a lot. And so she's just simply practicing. I'm sure she'll do it a lot on the trip.
What does she fight with? She doesn't have hands. Does she wield a sword somehow?
I believe it would be best for you to ask. I'm sure she'll show you.
And Amadeus will look at Guy to see if he has any insight on something like this.
Really froze like feathers and stuff.
Feathers?
Yeah, feathers like knives. They're scary.
Z's gonna look up and look at Wisp and kind of see that she's over there and quickly look away. And then kind of stand up.
Well, I'm actually gonna go see. I'm gonna go outside. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
She's a little ball of sunshine.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
And Amadeus looks back at Wisp and he moves over to the table she's sitting at, and nods towards the little blue girl that just went running out. Lady Wisp, Z said there was some issue.
Issue? What issue is she on about? And she's going to kind of slowly lean across the table.
She seems quite nervous around you.
It's a good reason to.
Well, why so?
Family issue.
I suppose it's not my territory to tread in then.
It's not.
I'll leave it be. And he slowly steps back, and he's gonna go outside to investigate the thwonking.
The thwonking has stopped. As I
Don't worry.
see Z exit, I'm gonna walk up and approach. I'm gonna crouch down. Are you sure you want to go?
I
You have to come. It is safe here. You will be fed. There's a roof.
know, but I mean, we just got back together. Like, you're my best friend, and I don't want you to make such a trip by yourself with complete strangers.
I know. And trust me, I would not be doing it alone if I didn't think... I just want to make sure you have somewhere safe. Where people do not dislike you and where you can be safe. I place my forehead against yours. I just want to make sure that you're safe, that's all I want. And if it means going to Penrith and helping Wisp, then that is what I must do.
Sparrow, I mean, you know, I am perfectly capable of taking care of myself. I mean, yeah, you kick ass, but I could kick ass too.
Yes, you've been through so much. I don't want to put you through anymore. Nobody should have to endure what you did. And I'm sorry I let it happen.
Don't blame yourself. I mean, I honestly don't regret it, because I was fighting for something that I believe to be right. And as long as I do that, I'm doing the right thing.
The Dragon one, he showed me something today. And I want to offer you the same courtesy. I'm gonna raise my wing and pull out a feather dagger. Dig it into my wing to cause a cut and run the actual feather into the blood and hand it to Sparrow.
Here's Sparrow.
Hand it to Z. God, now I'm doing it. And hand it to Z. I should have been there sooner. I do blame myself to some extent for what happened. I will give you this as a token to say that I will make up for the year you lost. You will hold on to this as a reminder that I have that promise with you. I will get back the year you lost. And I will make up for my mistake.
Sparrow, you didn't have to hurt yourself for this, but, I mean, I greatly appreciate it, but, I mean, thank you.
I'm going to give the best smile I can, mostly with the eyes, and I'm just gonna... You care so much. But a scratch like this, I'm gonna look at the wing, is nothing compared to the pain I felt while you were gone. I will never let that happen to you again.
I'm sure we'll both make sure that doesn't happen.
Poke my head up. We have company.
Amadeus is just standing there really awkwardly. Like he walked in on something he wasn't supposed to.
Oh! Hello!
I'm sorry, miladies. I was just curious about Sparrow's training. I can leave if you'd like. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it is fine. You are welcome. Please.
Come along!
Amadeus slowly makes his way over to them. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I was just curious what you were doing out here, Lady Sparrow. I heard as though you were striking something.
Oh, yes. I have taken a liking to the tree vine. I have made my nest there, and I use it to train. It is nice and sturdy.
How is it that you train?
Oh, I'm going to raise up my leg, almost in a fighting stance, but a non-threatening one, and I'm just going to extend the claws of my talons. I've been gifted with natural blades.
Yeah.
The one talon, the one leg that I've raised has a big metal like shin plate on it. I mostly use kicks, but when I am out of range, I use these, and I motion to the dagger that I've just handed to Z.
Z holds it up and kind of shakes it in the air. They're really sharp.
Amadeus glances at the dagger really curiously, but also kind of confused. I've never seen someone fight like that before. You no sword? No magic?
Sadly, I have not been gifted with appendages such as yours. The arts of magic and wielding are lost. There is something I have been working on, but it is not ready yet.
Well, whenever it is ready, I'd love to see it. I'm quite curious of how you fight. I've only ever seen knights dueling with blades and spears. I've come across a lot of styles I've never seen before since I came here.
Your barman, he fights with the same aura as me, although it is a different discipline.
Sir Brock?
Yes, Brock. He is much more talented than I.
And Amadeus remembers him clocking scales and knocking the shit out of him. Yeah, he's something, isn't he?
He's a little bit more muscle than I, but it is very similar, yes. I take it you are coming to Penrith with us, yes?
Well, yes I am. I'd be just broken up if something happened to all of you while you were away. I feel obligated to come along and help, and I suppose someone has to keep scales in check.
That actually brings up something. He's very chaotic, isn't he?
That's one way to put it. Yes, he's a bit of a wild card, I suppose. He seems to do just as he likes.
I have a feeling this scales is a tad deeper than some give them credit for. I understand him to some extent.
And Amadeus kind of just shrugs. Just all I ever see him do is get into brawls and get himself knocked down. But I hope you are right. Maybe there's something to scales that we've yet to see.
I believe that when the time comes, he will be there. and that is enough for him to walk with me. And yourself, Amadeus, yes?
That is correct. I am Amadeus Hope.
May I call you Hope? It is easier in my tongue.
Absolutely, Lady Sparrow.
There is no need for such pleasantries. I am a simple person of simple needs. Sparrow is fine.
Then yes, Sparrow. Hope is just fine.
Well, Hope, I am glad you are coming with us.
And I am glad you'll be there as well. I hope no battles come, but if they do, I am excited to see you in action.
It would be an honor to fight by your side.
Thank you, Sparrow. Now I'll stop interrupting, and I'm gonna go finish preparing for today's journey. It's been a delight speaking with both of you.
I really enjoyed our conversation, Sir Amadeus.
Amadeus looks a little bashful. Thank you, Z, Lady Z, and he makes his way back inside.
A sweet character, that one.
Sparrow just quickly remembers something. Z, you have good aim.
Yes, I suppose you could say so.
I pick up a pebble from the ground, plop it in your hand. Throw this at me.
Very lightly, she's just gonna throw it at you and bounce it off
Make
you.
an attack roll with disadvantage.
Acro disadvantage. Heck yeah.
Is this a dexterity save and acrobatics for me?
Yeah, you'll just be dodging it.
My AC.
Or you're trying to grab it, right?
I'm trying to either grab it or bat it away.
Okay. So
Grabbing it would be amazing, but hitting it away would be enough.
5 over her roll. You can grab it.
Do I make a... Wait, am I the one making the disadvantage?
Yeah, you make a disadvantage attack roll, and Fox, you make a. I guess with your talons, the both of you can make stand. Nah, yeah. If you get 5 over her attack roll, you can grab it in the air.
What do I use as an attack roll?
Just
D20
roll a
plus
d20, and then you're adding your strength because it's not a dex thing to throw. So whatever your strength is.
A 0, so we're fine.
So yeah, just roll a d20.
Okay, I did 2.
So she kind of lobs it at you, and you just catch it like it's child's play.
Z, please, I know you can do better than that. These are small, they won't hurt me, I swear.
Okay.
You beat
She's gonna-
everything.
She wants to take a step back before throwing it harder now, like kind of like rearing
You
off.
mean to throw it, yes. So
Yeah.
roll a standard roll.
Just another d20?
Yeah.
17.
Oof.
And cheese, you the same. You go to grab it, and it hits you right in one of the talons.
Sorry.
No, that was perfect. Kind of kick it back to her. Again. And this is essentially what we're going to be doing.
Yes. And then we're going to do one last roll to see how well this goes. Cheese, because Zeltana's not a good trainer, you're going to roll with disadvantage on this next roll with acrobatics. And Zeltana, it's not hard to throw a rock, so you're just going to roll a standard roll to see if you can subjugate helping.
10.
10 and 10. Okay. So we'll hold on to that as well.
Okay.
And I'll let you know what happens when it happens. Alrighty.
See, I already know who I'm going to ask. I'm going to say, hey, Scales, throw this rock at me.
That's not a good idea. I'm not holding back.
That's perfect. That's what I want.
Yeah. And with that, you guys are outside throwing rocks. What's happening inside?
Oh, really quick, sorry, DM. I move away from the window.
Yes, that's fair. That is fair. You guys are
Rock and crashing through the window.
over here. Say Zeltana's a little bit away.
And inside, Amadeus is now just kind of waiting for everyone else to finish their breakfast so we can get going.
Wisp is going to be eaten half-heartedly. She seems conflicted.
Brock, when you came downstairs, Brock took a quick eye to you. You would have noticed that he noticed you. And what he does is he comes over with a non-alcoholic glass of milk and puts it to your side. Chin up there, eh?
Gonna need more than that, Brock.
And with a little flask of something, he goes and he kind of like shakes it in your face. Not in your face, but like to you.
Do it. And she's gonna extend her hand to grab the vial.
And then he kind of takes it away from you and he uncorks it. And he begins like glugging it a little bit, enough into your glass. Looks at you, takes a swig from it himself, and then kind of tips you off in a cheers motion.
She's gonna roll her eyes at him and take her glass and take a couple of sips out of it.
And he'll walk away.
After a few moments, she's going to place the glass table and lean forward and look to Nadir. So what are you going to do while we're away?
I'm going to maintain Syndicate. Do what I've always done. And I'm going to prepare for when you come to grab me.
Unfortunately, it mightn't be me that'll have to grab you. It doesn't come to that just yet.
You can certainly try, Wisp. Another forkful as he starts cleaning his plate.
Worried about Nadir.
Say again, sorry.
Said it wasn't her that she worried about.
I can handle myself. I've been doing fine out in these forests myself. With Brock and everybody to come by. And if I'm correct, not mistaken, Alara and Alyssa aren't leaving, so I'll have all the entertainment I could ever desire, as he rolls his eyes.
I'm gonna stand up and be like, can we go now? I'm full, had a few beers in me, I'm ready to roll. And I look at Guy and I'm like, are you ready to roll?
I think I'm ready to roll.
He's ready to roll.
Listen. Oh man. You guys gonna get up? He's gonna walk over to about right here. Well, I'm ready to leave whenever you guys are.
I'm as ready as I can be, I suppose.
Wisp is going to very quickly finish off the rest of her meal and the rest of her drink. It's time to get going then. She's going to stand up, her from her side, walk past a deer, hilt on his head, and as she walks past, she's going to murmur a soft thank you and begin walking towards the exit.
As you walk away, it was my pleasure.
No.
Alara's gonna get up and walk to Scales and just gently kind of like put her arm.
Before you get a chance to do any of that, Alyssa looks at you, Alara, and puts a single gold in your hand and corks her head over in the direction Scales. Do me a favor and give this to him.
Can do. And she's gonna walk over to him. She's
And she
gonna
goes
hold out
upstairs.
her hand. And she's gonna hold out her hand with the gold piece on it.
Mhm.
And she's gonna put her other hand like on the side of his arm and say, "Be careful out there, especially when you get to my neck of the woods, Delnara. Your ego is one that very few people in my hometown will tolerate, and it will get you in a lot of trouble. If you want to make it back, I suggest you talk as little as possible while you're in my town and just keep on walking through. And make sure the women don't take advantage of Amadeus. He is a very beautiful little boy, very naive, and they will swarm to him like flies to honey."
Are you being nice to me?
Surprisingly, yes.
Wow, I was gonna run out and insult you while I was doing it, but thanks for the gold. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on a douchebag, and with that, I'm gonna skip out.
Scales has won.
Amadeus follows the squadron out into the outside.
Guy is gonna take one last look at the deer. Yeah, well, thank you for having me. And the guy is gonna walk out.
Nadir takes one look at you. Stay out of trouble.
We'll try. Also, when I come back, hey, you never know. Maybe I might have put a bullet in Malice.
Keep those words secret.
Mum's order.
Surely.
Black.
God damn it.
Nadir brushes himself off, and he goes to meet you all outside.
Laura's gonna follow.
Brock too, actually.
Oh, this is so sad.
I'm gonna make it worse.
And the deer stands with his two hands in front of his chest, kind of clasped together. His shoulders stood broad, and he looks you guys over with a sort of overly snobbish look that you've come to accept. Brock crosses his arms and snickers in the other direction.
Awkward silence.
Woo!
I'm gonna walk up to Nadir and be like, "Thanks for the lodging, I guess. Although a lot seemed to happen while you were doing it. But I just want to let you know, I've done some thinking about what you were telling me earlier, and I decided that I'm not gonna be doing this just to get paid. I'm gonna be doing this because that's what a hero would do. Put your ass in jail." Now I'm gonna put on my best detective voice. "I'm gonna see you locked up behind bars for a long time, and there's nothing you," and I'm gonna point at Brock, "or you," and I'm gonna point at Alara, "or you can do to stop that. Bye."
Nadir extends a cheeky teeth-baring grin at you. "Thanks for the gold, Scales."
Still think we could have worked out an arrangement there, but don't worry, I'll be taking it back when your ass is behind bars.
Nadir slightly whispers, loud enough to hear, to Brock, Remind me why I paid him.
Pardon me. I know I didn't stay here long, and I don't really know you that well, but I did want to say thank you for letting Sparrow and I stay here.
Soft nod in your direction.
Thank you. And then she's gonna kind of nod and then step back.
Is at this moment that Brock picks up a pack out of the door and comes back and throws it at the ground in front of Scales.
What's this?
It's for exploring. So maybe you guys don't get in too much trouble.
I'm gonna pick up the pack and I'm gonna be like, always liked you, Brock.
The feeling was, and he squints, mutual.
Of course it was. Thanks.
Well, if you're all going, as Nader raises his voice. Pleasantries aside. I'm glad that I've had the chance of hosting you all. I'm glad none of you killed me.
While Nadir was talking, Wisp is going to be rotating the Syndicate ring when she first arrived here around her finger a few times before finally sliding it off, walking up to Nadir and placing it in his hand.
He doesn't extend his hand to grab it, and as he sees the ring in your hand, he goes, Wisp, that was a gift, not a borrowed item. That ring's more yours than it is anybody's.
I want to cheat this. And I want to do it properly.
Say again, sorry, you kind of cut out.
Oh, sorry. She said that she has to bring you in. It's me your exact location. Else finding you, only me.
He turns his nose up at you. So be it then. And he sends his hand out.
His hand. And turns and walks away.
He grips it tightly and pockets it very closely and watches you form back into line. His demeanor changes a bit from a humbled leaving. He gets a bit more melodramatic. Well, if you're all to leave, I suggest you do it soon then. Daylight's burning.
Wisp is going to pull her hood up over her ears, kind of straighten her back up. If Wisp didn't look intimidating before, she sure as hell does now, and she's going to begin leading the way.
Amadeus will follow suit, pulling up his cowl and walking behind Wisp.
I'm walking right next to Wisp.
And as you guys begin to leave, you can just kind of form with Wisp as the leader right here. Where
Don't move me.
I'm not moving anybody.
I'm gonna watch him start moving.
We'll say
Turn
that you are about
towards-
here, following her.
Turn towards Nadir, Brock, and Alara, and give a deep bow. Don't count us up just yet. Spread my wings, and up I go. And I'm gonna
Nadir
fly.
doesn't seem to acknowledge you when you say that.
No, I don't expect him to.
That's okay.
I wasn't even looking at him. I was looking directly at the ground as I said it.
Yes. But how high up would you say you fly?
10 feet. 20 feet.
10 feet? Yeah, enough to fly.
Yeah, enough to fly and be able to see forward.
Yes.
So essentially, I'm just doing a circle around the party so that I can still see them, but I can see the general surrounding.
Yeah, because it'd be hard to fly slowly without expending all of your speed.
No, if I'm ever doing this, I'm always flying in, let's say, like a 15-foot circle around the party.
Okay, so yeah, you're just crowing around.
Yeah, so... We'll say 50 feet. I'm constantly floating around a 50-foot.
Sounds good. Z,
Yes.
you're there. Guy.
Guy's he's gonna do a 2-finger, just a little like salute from Temple towards Nadir, and he's gonna start walking. And as he passes, he's gonna close his eyes, and I'm gonna quickly need some info from you, real quick, PM wise.
While he's typing that out, could I have mentioned to Z before everyone came out that I asked how does she feel around Amadeus and Scales?
Like you're asking her before
Yeah.
you catch up with the group?
While we were doing the whole kicking thing, could I have been asking her stuff in between, like giving the pebble back? Because I want to know how she feels about Amadeus and Scales as opposed to Wisp.
Mhm.
And if she feels okay with them, I would have asked if it was okay if I do what I normally do and take flight around.
She honestly thinks that they're really cool. You know, especially Amadeus, he seems chill as hell. So, she's just gonna be like, yeah, I feel safe. However, being lined up, she's kind of sticking to the back. Her hood is over her head, and like her arms are crossed, like around her body, like kind of holding herself.
Mm-hmm.
If I would have just said if she needs me, just whistle. I'll be there within 6 seconds.
A whole round battle, I'll die. It's fine.
I can do that because being within 50 feet means I can return to the exact position my character's in 6 seconds flat.
It's okay. Wisp will get a good hit at me.
It's safe to say that we'll say you guys refilled all your water skins before you left.
Mm-hmm.
Scales, you have a bag.
Yeah, I just added all the stuff. I haven't added the weight yet, though.
Well, it's not an explorer's pack.
You specifically said explorer.
I said it's for exploring, as Brock.
Okay.
You can ask me what's inside there.
What's in the bag?
Well, it's a backpack containing a mess kit, a tinderbox, 5 torches, 12 rations, no water skin, but the rope. So no
Okay.
bedroll, 2 extra rations, 5 less torches. That's it.
Before they
Good
get
on
out
you.
of range, Alara's gonna
Close.
call out for Amadeus and Scales and be like, "Hey, stay away from them face fighters, okay?"
That's funny.
Oh god, please no.
And Guy, I still don't know where you are relative to the
Oh.
party.
Guy's actually still, as he's passing the deer, he closes his eyes and focuses for a second. Oh. I promise I'll make sure one day to get justice for both of us. I can promise you at least that. The deer. And Guy's gonna cover his face. I can already see where I gotta go. And Guy's gonna just start walking.
Oh, I can't click my character. Shit.
Boop, boop,
And
boop.
where are you a relative?
Right, he's gonna be right out here.
Perfect.
I appreciate how we go grayscale, then colored, and then grayscale again with our people. Like, you have Wisp.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I had to remark. Yeah. Woohoo! Good session, guys. Bye.
Oh god.
Wait, this session's not over.
I'm kidding.
We're in the void.
We're all dead. Oh god.
Jinx us, there's more phase spiders.
There's 7 phase spiders.
Thunderclap.
Oh no.
Alrighty.
More like shit.
Thanks for joining, Jess.
Farewell.
What's up, Cheese?
Sorry, I added an aura to my character that's 50 feet, just so it's constantly on the radius of what my character's doing.
I'm certain I can keep an eye on that.
It's for my reasons mostly. So
Okay.
if I ever move my character, that's where I'm flying to. So I've always got that 50-foot radius of where I can land immediately, so I know where I'm going to be in combat.
Okay.
So if I'm flying, there's a blue radius, it's Aura 1. I'm just going to activate Aura 1 if I'm flying a circle around the party.
Okay, sounds good. Make it Aura 2, because Aura 1 I'll use more often, right?
Yep. I'll do it when I next see my character token.
Okay.
Hey, so what we doing?
Well, because Wisp is leading, I'm gonna have rolls from Wisp.
Can I help with the rolls?
Uh,
Because I'm kind of like part leader.
depends if Wisp lets you.
When you say rolls, what kind of rolls?
It's gonna be a survival check and a percentile check.
Considering the fact that Wisp isn't in the right mindset to clonk Scales over the head and tell him no, she's kind of walking in a bit of a daze, so to speak, if that makes sense, and kind of just with what has happened while trying to maintain her composure. I will allow Scales to help should he need to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would you like?
It's somebody leads. There's no helping this roll, is the point.
I have a 0 in survival. What have you
I
got?
have great direction skills.
No, you don't.
Dude, I swear to God.
What's your
I need somebody. I don't need anybody to say what their skills are. I need somebody to say I take charge.
Scales, if you want to, go for
I'm
it.
in charge.
There you go.
Scales takes the lead, and Wisp and Scales switch position. Scales, I need a survival and a percentile.
This is a big...
While they're rolling, we're still in the forest, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, let me know when we're out of the forest, because that's going to change my my flight pattern drastically.
Sure.
You rolled an 18.
I see the 18, and I see the 50.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And you guys are traveling, so you know of a few... Not a few. You know that you can go east or west in Agailya and follow the main road anywhere. The main road east to Agailya, in relative to the Syndicate Inn, leads to the bridges that bridge Valum. There is a northern bridge past the river, but it's a big detour.
So
Going to where you want to go.
So both east and west are about the same time to the same place, right?
Well, no. So
Okay.
east is to Penrith, west is to Allegard, right? The
Okay.
main road throughout Allegard to Penrith is generally the road that people would take. It's the road well taken. But if you want, you can take a detour, which would take more time, by going north and taking the bridge outside of the Shade Forest.
I say we just follow to the east then.
So you're going through the bridge towards Velum.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that, an hour passes, very uneventful. And a second hour passes, very uneventful as well. In that time, The road you meet with branches off a bit north, and you see a smaller road that's brushed over. Do you continue on the main road, or you continue following the brushed off road?
Is there any way I could tell that the brushed off road would cut our travel time a bit?
No idea. Unless if you roll a quick... I mean, like, none of you have cartographer tools or a map. So yeah, no check needed, actually. There's no way to tell.
Is the party stopped?
The party is at a fork in the road.
Right.
There is the main road still, and there is the road leading a little
So
bit
they're
north.
standing idle, figuring out which direction to take?
Seems like it.
I'm gonna look down, fly up higher. What can I see?
You can see that the main road leads to Verloom, very far away in the distance. And the other road is covered by trees.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to see kind of past it, but you can see more forest.
Well, we're not welcome at Verloom, so...
Hey, what do you
Flip
see
back
up there, bird lady?
I'm like 100 feet in the air. I can't hear you.
I don't care. I'm yelling it.
Backflip, fall, boof, superhero landing. Obviously using my wings to feather the fall before I hit.
Those are bad on your knees.
I know slow fall, so it doesn't fucking matter. Anyway, I land. In the main road leads to Verloon. The side road leads into thick forest.
I think we can all agree Verloon sucks balls, so let's just go this way.
Oh, well, that's a way to be blunt about it.
By the thickness
Onward.
of the forest, me being airborne is not going to help here, right?
Not really.
Right.
You're gonna lose track of the party before
If we
you
go
find
through-
out where you're going.
If we go through the forest, I cannot stay in the air. I will lose you.
Oh. Well, I don't think we're exactly welcome in Verloom anymore, and it seems this is our only way, so... Do you mind staying on the ground with us?
It is not a problem.
I mean, it's okay with me. How about you guys?
Of course.
I don't care.
Then I'm gonna
Come
stretch
here.
I'm gonna lean forward, stretch my back out, fluff up my feathers, and get ready to walk.
Alright, everyone, follow me. My sense of direction's great. I know where I'm going. And I'm gonna start trudging ahead.
You forgot that you can also hold your breath for a really long time.
A really long time.
Holding your breath, okay.
Well, Verloom is a big city, so if push comes to shove, I can fly up and use that as a landmark. Do I have a general sense of direction that this road faces completely north?
It's a whole 90-degree turn, so you were going east. Yes.
Cool. So I would be able to fly up and use Verloom as a landmark for a good distance?
Yes.
Cool.
You can also see where the trees stop and cut in, kind of really far away. There's a river that cuts. This is the main river that leads and splits surrounding Verloom.
Oh, then that's very vital information. If we keep going, there is a river at the end of the forest. We can use that as a landmark.
Oh,
I can also try to get us some food there, if possible.
that would be wonderful. I mean, I'm sure we all have rations, but who knows if they'll
Scales
last?
can help, after all. Hold his breath for a really long time.
Really long.
That's honestly really impressive.
I know it is. That's why I inform everyone about it, so that they can always remember how great I am at it.
Wow, I wish I could be that great.
Yeah, you can't. You just... I'm sorry.
I just realized something. Peace. Looking around, there's nothing around us, right? There's no one around us, seemingly?
Specifically,
Can I roll a perception check?
if you're rolling perception, yeah, go ahead.
Wrong
5.
key.
That's a
Persuasion?
Oh, persuasion.
Well, what's your wisdom mod? 3?
No, yeah, 2. It's better.
So that's a 7 now.
I have a +4 to perception.
Okay, so that's a 9 now.
Mm-hmm.
The forest clouds your better judgment. You're more used to the open plains. so you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. You can hear the light
Alright,
sounds.
I
of the
have a
forest.
way. There is something I should also let you know. If at all, while I'm airborne, I see something, listen for the sound, and I'm gonna make a very quiet.
So a familiar sound is what you will say. Okay.
Yes,
I also have very good ears.
That'll be
so I'll
very
do that.
loud, by the way, when I actually do it. I try to soften it as much as I can, not to like startle anything that might be in the forest, but I'm gonna like Kya! When I see something.
Wonderful.
I just realized Z would know what that
boy.
sound means. No one
Yes.
else does.
So, everybody ready to go?
Yeah.
Alright.
I suppose. A little bit sunny out here, but yeah.
It'll be way more shady in the forest.
Right.
Hey, cat lady, you good?
Yeah, we're wasting time here. Let's go.
Onward.
So you guys go north, correct?
Yep.
Okay. And I'll need another survival and check. Survival percentile.
Oh. Oh.
Okay. Alrighty, so with that, I do need a map.
Oh no.
Is it time to caca?
I don't know, is it time to caca?
Perception
Shall I
check.
roll a perception check to find out?
You're more than welcome to try. So you
Jesus!
guys find your ways to this.
Oh no. Lex. Oh, I remember. No, Z doesn't remember this.
Some major deja vu moments.
Oh my god. But I remember. Fuck.
Okay, you see this. You see this.
Yeah, it's a rock.
That's what you see.
Oh no. Z's
In
fine.
character, please.
Yes, absolutely. I'm back.
I rolled a 10 perception.
You don't notice anything. The sights are very beautiful, of course, but yeah, nothing kind of clocks out at you.
Okay, if the sights are very beautiful, my next question is how long have we traveled?
For 2 hours.
Damn, not long enough to take a short rest.
Well, you wouldn't be able to
We're
travel
lost.
and take a short rest at the same time.
Everyone, please, one moment.
Huh?
I want to do something really quick. I'm gonna fly straight up, look where Verloon is, and make a mental note of where this place is. Relative to Verloon.
Relative to Verloon, at the top of that little map I sent you is where you currently are, relative to where Syndicate is.
Right, got it. I want to paint this place later, so...
Okay. And
land.
yes, very nice, very beautiful. The trees flow very softly in the wind. And there's quite the sight actually north of where you guys are looking right now. The road stops and there's a large rock in the middle of a circular path.
I'm gonna quickly land, pull out a piece of paper, and just try and like do a little dot to say we were here, there is the road, here is this, there is Verloon. It's very rough, but just to aid me in remembering where this place is should I need to.
Right.
Okay, clearly we went the wrong way.
Piss break.
Let's keep moving.
I'm gonna start pissing on the rock.
Oh my god.
It's at this moment that you start urinating on the rock that you realize you're peeing on inscriptions.
Oh, whoa, someone wrote stuff here. I'm not gonna stop, but I'm just gonna comment on it.
Amadeus will take a bullet and he'll kind of like stand a good little ways behind Scales and look at the rock.
There's glyphs, writing, or something. It's not in the language you speak.
This is gonna take me a while.
Yeah, you take some time. Yeah, so I'll always consider your passive with deciding how good you can paint. It's your tools check that takes how long to paint.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're ever trying to add flair to make it look nicer, then you can roll again, right?
Yeah. It's
That would
just
be a quality.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. The whole DC I made was for time.
Well, I will decide the time in DC. You let me do that much.
Okay, that's fine.
So, Amadeus is gonna wait until Scales has relieved himself.
How long would you pee for a scale?
I pee for a really long time. No, I'm joking. I'm
He pees for a
joking.
really long time.
I'm joking.
He
I'm
drinks
done
a
now.
lot of alcohol.
He
He's got
drinks a lot of alcohol. Yeah.
I'm gonna wait till Scales is done, and then when he is, Amadeus is gonna move a little closer to the rock and use prestidigitation to clean off Scales' mess.
Yes. So you clean off the urine.
And he turns to the guys. Do any of you believe you can read this?
Well,
Actually, when you prestidigitate as well, not only do you clean off the urine, but the moss that is growing on the rock seems to clean off as well, and the inscription becomes clearer. But you can only tell that surely you cannot read this.
Yeah.
I'm stuck. I can't. I'm not even listening.
Yeah, you're painting. You just do that.
Yeah, it's not. It sucks that it's a natural one because I'm not painting anything specifically detailed. It's just like this is Verun. In fact, I'm gonna go up and take another look just to be sure because I don't remember it right. So.
Are you trying to paint a map?
No, I'm literally just painting like a dot for where I think Syndicate is, a dot for where Verloon is, and roughly how far we've traveled. I'm just trying to make like a triangulation or like a point.
Cheese, that's a map.
A very crude map.
So you're trying to paint a map.
I'm trying to paint a very crude map.
A painter's tools check would not be what you need then.
I would need cartographer's tools?
Yes, you would.
Oh, then I'm just going to use my brush to fucking write down.
You would be
Go
making
to
an
the doll.
unproficient painter's check to paint a proper map, and it wouldn't be that anymore. It would be a check that you would have to
Okay,
make.
then what I'm gonna do is with my brush, I'm just
If you're
going
painting-
to write. I'm gonna write with it instead.
Yeah, if you're painting the general area you're in, that's fine. I'm not you main max your painter skill for cartographer kit.
No, that's fine. Like, if the only way I'm gonna get a decent, like, image is to make a map, that's completely different, and that's fine. I'm just literally gonna write down, we went here, then we went here, then we went here.
Yeah, you can write a story or like kind of do that. Whatever tongue you prefer,
Direction.
let me know. Yeah, but you can be like, yeah, we went this way and we did that. That's
It's
totally
gonna be
fine.
an Aura Cochrane.
Yeah, you're not about to paint a map.
That's
Not gonna
fine.
happen.
That's perfectly fine. So that doesn't take me long at all, so I'm gonna poke
No.
my head up. Read what?
There seems to be some writing on, or glyphs, I'd say, on this boulder.
One moment. I'm gonna swoosh because it's easier. And kneel down. Can I read it?
So there's a lot you don't understand, but out of Common, Aarakocran, Auroran, Elvish, Celestial, and Draconic, you read, and a lot of the glyphs make no sense, but in smaller writing, kind of chiseled into the stone, at the bottom of all the glyphs you cannot read is Elvish for may you rest in peace.
Oh no.
Did I just pee on a grave?
Could I use my Sage feature to try and determine what language this is?
Yes, and I will make you make a straight intelligence check to see if you can pinpoint what you think.
Ooh.
It's got a very earthy sort of connotation to it.
Okay.
It's an ancient language that you've not seen much of.
This language is very, very old.
Is the rock old and like the writing?
It says something about, from what I can tell by the translation, something about resting in peace.
Of course, the anybody who can read Elvish can see that small bit of writing underneath. The rest may rest in peace. But there's more writing that isn't Elvish.
Oh.
Way more writing.
Oh. May they rest in peace. It must be a grave. You.
Oops.
Tails! You peed on a grave!
How was I supposed to know? I can't read it. They should really make it so it's obviously a grave.
Well, maybe stop just doing stuff whenever you just feel like
It's a pee break. You pee on a pee break.
It may not be a grave. This is very, very old. In fact, this entire place, something is strange here.
Should we get out?
I'm going to pull out one of my feathers. I'm going to pull out one of my feathers from my bag that I've removed from preening.
Yeah.
And I'm going to find a crack in the rock. Or is it just completely smooth?
It's pretty old, but it's not cracked at all. I wouldn't say it's smooth, but it's not cracked.
Is
It's
there
in good
like
condition.
a divot or like a natural indent in the rock I could place the feather into?
It's a very large rock. You could probably place the feather on top of it, but it would probably blow away over time.
I'm going to dig the feather into the ground before the rock and just close my eyes for a moment and pay respects to this place.
Mm-hmm.
Z is gonna bow very deeply and just stay there.
Guy's gonna walk up to the rock and he's gonna place his hand against it. That's a rock.
Sense any dead people?
Well, Dude. Guy's gonna kind of look over his shoulder, then look over his other shoulder.
No, that's metagamey.
Yeah, you would know that that's not how that works anyways. You've never had...
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, you've never had a sudden realization that there's dead around. It takes time.
But he's dead, and dead people know dead people.
It'll take a while if he
else. I'm going to admit to a bad. I wrote primordial in my notes, and I'm like, no, that's really metagamey.
Funny, it's not primordial.
Is it not?
I know what it is.
No, but that is metagamey, so bad.
Yeah, I changed it to ancient language of earthly descent. Is that
Thank
clear
you.
enough?
That's very clear, because that's everything I told you.
Well, if you guys want to know if there's any dead around here, well, we might have to sit for a while.
Yeah, everybody's more than welcome to throw up their languages. I can almost guarantee none of you speak it.
I only speak two, and neither of them are it.
I reckon I know what this is from, so I know the language, but I'm not telling anybody.
Good.
Z doesn't know it.
I'm assuming it's not infernal, so.
Is anybody here magically inclined? Amadeus, you said you have seen many people gifted in the arcane.
Well, I myself am a sorcerer, but I don't believe I'd have any way of deciphering it.
We should make note of this. I'm curious. Perhaps bring someone here who may be able to help.
Someone that could have helped is not here with us, unfortunately.
I'm going to nod, kind of understanding what Wisp might mean by that.
Perhaps we should just take our leave and hopefully not make any more messes of the place.
Yeah, let's stop being a creep and just crowding around some random grave.
I'm gonna look at this, the ground. Is it soil? Is it what kind of ground are we standing on here?
It's soil, yeah. Like the grass has been dead around here for a while. It's definitely like packed, except for near the rock. There is an obvious indentation that something's probably been buried here at some point.
I'm gonna take a wee good quick scan. Does it look as though anything has been disturbed recently?
Not that you can tell.
And that's when Alana comes. I'm kidding.
I'm going to take my water flask and say we should probably leave. and getting a sense that this place may be spiritual in nature, I'm going to uncork my water flask, fly up a little bit, and just pour a little bit on the rock itself as an offering to whatever may be here.
Mm-hmm. And as you do that, the water drips and paints itself across the rock. Feeds the moss that's there.
Z is still bowed, has not moved. Gonna probably have back pain.
Let's move.
Wasting time here.
So would we have to backtrack at this point, or would it be faster just cutting through the forest?
That's your guys' choice.
I say we follow the road.
Would you like me to look?
Yes, please.
Still bowed
Up
down.
I go.
Lady C, I believe you're free to stand up now.
What's around?
You fly up, you barely see any sort of structural road or anything. It's even hard to see the main road through the forest. So, yeah.
Can I still see Verloon?
Yeah, you can see Verloon. You fly up high enough, and it's really in the distance. It's a big city.
And can I see the river?
Yeah, you can see the river.
Okay. I'm going to take note of which direction the river is in, fly down, and which direction is the river in? It's in this direction, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Like the whole fucking right side. Like, the whole east.
I'm going to land over here, then. The river is in this direction. That would be our best landmark to find our way.
So we got two options. We can go back and take the route that leads us to Verloon, or we can cut through the woods towards the river.
Should we vote?
Either way is equally risky.
If we're gonna vote, we gotta do it right. I have the most votes since I'm the leader, and then all of you only have one vote. So I have 5, you have 1. And
Jesus,
we'll vote.
5.
That's how we do it in America.
What we'll do then is I'll intermit very quickly and let you guys decide. I'm gonna go do something.
Can we roleplay it out?
Yeah, go right ahead. You guys can. I won't intermission, like I won't change anything, but you guys talk amongst yourselves. If anything's talked about that you need my ask about, let me know. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we stage a mutiny now, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So we murder Scales and hide him under the rock.
Okay, let's calm down. I realized my mistake. 3 votes. You guys have 2 votes. How about that?
I mean, I am a bounty hunter. If we need to take care of him.
Wait,
Why is everyone talking about killing me?
We have 2 options. We have 2 options. No, we have 2 options. We go through Verun, which is very dangerous and risky.
Oh, yeah.
Or we go through the forest, which is equally as risky, but possibly not as dangerous.
Not when I'm leaving.
I would rather fight off a couple of wolves and some bears than several 100 armed guards.
I vote for it.
I agree with Lady Sparrow and Z. I believe we should just go through the forest.
I'm a fan of rivers, so.
Besides, Sir Scales. Now I'm doing it. Besides, Scales, you have wanted to demonstrate your amazing breath holding ability. Where will you do that in Verun?
You know, I was already down with going towards the river. I was going to outvote all of you guys for it. But yeah, I love showing off what I can do.
I am back.
Sparrow.
Handled.
So
Sparrow, master manipulator.
We're going to the river.
we're going towards the river.
Yes.
And Sparrow, you've been leading them north or south along the river?
I want to get to the river before we get to making a direction.
Okay, perfect. So you're getting as close to the river.
Yeah. In fairness, I have no clue which direction we're supposed to. Wait, I've been to Penrith before.
Yeah, you've been, but relative to this positioning, the only thing you'd know is main road's pretty fucking sound. There are other ways, you've never been any other way.
Would I know of this river going anywhere near Penrith? Because I know Penrith is a port town.
What you know is, fuck, these people can't fly, this makes it difficult.
Right.
Hi.
Yet.
Yet.
That's what you know.
So, I'm going to get them to the river first, and then we're going to decide what to do, one step at a time.
Yeah, because
But
what's
my argument
consistent...
was, I'd rather fight
Yeah.
some bears and wolves than several hundred armed guards.
More undead than wildlife in these woods.
Sparrow, if I can make a suggestion.
Yes, of course.
From what I remember of Verloom is that they have several bridges because of the river that, that we're going towards. There's also a river a bridge to the north, right?
Most of the people would know this to be true.
Yes.
Maybe you've never been there, but there's two ways over this river. Is the North Bridge and the bridge through Verloom.
Well, the north bridge for Penrith, we're going north, right?
Yes.
So maybe we could go to the river and then look for the main road again. And after we cross the river, just try to find our way back to the main road.
Regardless.
Again, the main road leads straight through to the other bridges where Verloom is. There's no way you're using the main road and not getting through Verloom.
Really
peace.
quick, how far was the river relative to me when I was in the air? Could I tell?
It'll take you half an hour to get there.
Half an hour. It's 30 minutes to the river from here, if give or take.
I have a question. Would I, with my travels with Solus,
Yes.
would I recall anything around here? Is there anything that stands out that I would remember that I could use as a landmark to say that we're going in the right direction? Does that make sense?
Not in the forest. Again, main road is pretty straightforward. Allegard, other cities, Verloom, other cities, Penrith. Right? It's straight through. And the main road stems into, now, goes north and goes to the North Bridge and around back to the real main road, or just straight up through the Shade Forest to Verloom and then through the Shade Forest again. There's no in between. There's no not going through Verloom.
So hang on a second. When myself and Solus traveled through to Syndicate to where the inn where Nader is, what way?
Main road. Now, you don't have to go to Verloom specifically. You can cross the bridge and then go, you can cut around north, sure.
So we could avoid Verloom altogether then, is what you're saying?
I thought that was the plan.
Yeah, you can avoid Verloom, sure. But you have to cross the bridge and then make this weird, half-hour detour north alongside the river. It works, if that's what you guys are doing.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it's just 30 minutes. I think that it's probably just our best bet.
Yeah.
Let's
what
go.
You're doing is you're going to the river.
Yes.
And you're deciding when you get there. But most of the party's consensus is we're going to take the bridge.
Yeah.
And then,
Yes.
So, just to get some clarification, because I'm a little confused, going to the river and then heading to the bridge is the easiest way to get there while avoiding Verloon, correct?
Okay, so there's a main road, right?
Yeah.
Main road leads into the Shade Forest, right? Big travel time, by the way. And then makes it to a bridge. And then from the bridge, it's a 15-minute walk straight, still on the main road, to Verloom. Another 15-minute walk the opposite direction to go outside of Verloom to a different bridge because the river cuts in a fork.
Right, okay.
So Verloom
gotcha.
is surrounded by water.
Yeah, we're doing that. That is the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
We ride.
Onward, I'm the leader.
God damn it!
Sparrow is the leader.
Yes,
Here we go
sorry.
again.
In front.
Whoever's leading, take point.
Me.
No,
Sparrow.
Scales is the leader, I'm just Scales is seeing iBird.
Fuck.
Yes. Fuck. So same relative positioning. That's what I'm hearing. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be right back in 1 second.
Well, I do need a roll from scale, from scales.
Nice.
You've been rolling really high on survival.
I'm surprised.
Not a percentile though. Not necessarily low, but not high either.
Yeah.
But yeah, you make your way to the river with Sparrow's help, and you guys have to make a decision within this next hour You have made a half an hour of it to get to the river. Are you staying here, or are you going north or south? South is to Verloom, north is to Northbridge.
North to the
north.
bridge.
So we could do one of two things. We can stay here and rest, or we can head north. This is your choice. I'm good to continue.
Yeah, we've
walking
only
for
been
3
traveling
hours?
for like 3.5 hours. I think we're
Yeah.
all good.
Yeah.
to
You're
keep
on hour
going.
3. You're halfway through hour 3.
Yeah, let's go
Yeah.
to the bridge.
Let's just
Um,
keep going.
Z.
You're going north or south?
No, we're going
North.
north. We're avoiding Verloon
Entirely. Okay.
entirely.
Right.
We're going towards the bridge. We're skirting
Okay.
around it.
Z is panting, and like she looks a little bit hot, and she's like keeping that cloak tight around her, away from the sun.
I'm
Yes,
gonna
zero
I'm
to
gonna duck right under Z and pick her up.
Actually, to be honest, Z, you've been
Wouldn't-
dealing with you haven't been dealing with too much sun because of you're in the forest. Now that the forest has started to diminish, you're on the riverside. This is the time where you start dealing with that. So yeah.
Yeah, that's why she's acting the way she is.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm gonna pick her up and carry her. She's gonna birdie back ride.
Wouldn't that be closer to the sun?
That's
Yeah, but it's less
That's-
work. She doesn't have to walk.
that's true. No, not a lot of work.
I just had the image of Sparrow kind of hovering over her and creating like a shadow.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Umbrella, that's what I was thinking.
We're the same height.
Yeah, but you're in the
No,
air,
you're
flying.
like still.
No, she is not flying when she does this. She's carrying her.
Oh,
Piggyback.
No,
okay,
that's
okay,
that's
better,
really
yeah.
awkward. Like for me to float at 30 feet, maybe even slower, considering the fact that she doesn't walk well in the heat. That's gonna be really awkward for me.
Yeah, she is now walking. There is no
Okay.
flying and carrying at the same time.
Yeah, I get it now.
No, I was
No,
thinking
they
of
were-
like a
they
birdie
were
umbrella.
suggesting
That's what I was
flying
thinking.
over her like a big umbrella.
Oh, okay.
But that's really awkward for me to line
It
up.
is. Yeah. Because
Okay.
again, you can't fly too slow. You have to be able to maintain your natural fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can either go forward or I can hover. One of the two. There's no in between.
Okay.
Well, hovering's hard too. But
Well,
like,
I just flap.
as long as there's enough like air and not ground between you, yeah, you can fly. But where the trees are and all that, it's really
Yeah.
hard. See, flying is that's why flying is really hard in a game, because mechanically, it doesn't state you can't. I don't think flying is the easiest task to maintain.
No, I'm not going to be able to keep flight in here because there's so much forest and foliage. I'm going to clip my wing on something and I'm just going to tumble.
The way I do flight is if you're not flying your max speed, there's a weird sort of balance between continuing to maintain flight, right?
Yeah, I've got to keep flapping. I've got to keep using my wings.
Well, and part of that is flying your whole speed, right?
Mhm.
So yeah.
Oh, so she's being carried. Okay.
Yeah, we're going north.
We just went on a tangent there.
I'm now walking like a giant chicken. It's
Yes.
quite funny.
And then like Z's kind of like, she has like her head on her shoulder, and it's just kind of like,
This is better.
And so over the next half an hour, and of course, if any RP happens, just let me know. Hour 4 comes to a conclusion, and you guys are still traveling north.
Yeah.
We're heading north, so where is the sun relative to us right now? Is it behind us or is it in front of us?
You're heading north. The sun is to your left, making its way higher.
So it's still in the morning.
Yeah, I was just thinking if I fanned my tail, could I shade my back?
It's like 11, isn't
Yeah,
it?
100%. A little bit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fan my
Well,
tail to try and
actually-
make some shade.
Where you are, the sun's almost right over top of you.
Yeah, isn't
Because
it
it's
like
almost
noon
noon
now?
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you guys would have woken up around 7, I'd say. You
I'm gonna
spent,
fan
say,
my
an
tail
hour.
as I walk, just so I can provide a little bit more shade.
Yeah, and it will work to an extent, but it's like high noon right now. So the
If it
sun's-
helps, it helps. I'm just doing it.
Sun's directly over top of you.
Yeah. Just anything I can do to try and make it easier for Z.
Mm-hmm.
Amadeus curiously walks beside Z and Sparrow, and he looks up at Z. Lady Z, are you alright?
Yeah, I don't really do well with the sunlight. I guess that's why I'm such an efficient bounty hunter. I just do things at night.
May I ask why you do not take to the sun?
Well, a lot of it is because of what I am. Being a drow elf, I mean, we're not very keen on sunlight. The sunlight just burns.
A drow?
Yes. Do you know what that is?
I'm afraid not. No, I've never met someone like you before.
Interesting.
Of course, Amadeus, you'd recognize her for Elven, but just, it's not a normal sight to see a dark-skinned elf.
Yeah.
Well, a drow is... Well, we're elves, but we come a little bit from underground.
Like dwarves?
Sort of? Maybe? I don't know. I know my family and I lived above ground. It's led to a couple of problems, but for the most part, we did okay.
While the general conversation's going on, although because Amadeus is playing into failing this role, everybody else, while they listen to this conversation, is more than welcome to roll a history check based on drow knowledge. Z, you can make this with advantage.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see if I know about myself.
Scales doesn't know shit.
I'm leading. That's my main focus.
Scales doesn't even know anything about dragons. Of course he doesn't know anything about drow.
I choose to fail this check.
That's fair.
I'm not even going to make a check because technically Wisp has no interest in Z at this moment in time.
Well, no, you can make the check because you know about drow in hindsight. Maybe.
Yeah,
But you can fail the check if you don't know anything about drow and you just choose to know things about elves in general.
I choose to fail the check because I'm not listening to the conversation.
No,
I'm
you
paying
choose to
attention.
fail the check because you don't know anything about anything, let alone drow.
No, I've been around. I've been around Z long enough for her to tell me things.
Yeah, and that's fair, but I'm not asking people to make the check based on what they know in relative to what Z's talking about. I'm asking people to make the check to know what they know about drows in general. So if they choose to contribute to the check, they can.
What you mean? Sorry.
I think I'm the only one that succeeded.
I got this.
History, was it?
Cheese roll a -1. And Wisp in private roll a 6.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know that was a private.
That's okay. So yeah, the general consensus is nobody knows anything about the history of drow. Lamsid, you know a little bit about them living underground, that maybe some of them still do or not, but it's a very weird sight to see them above ground because they don't tend to like the sun. Of course, Sultana, you actually were raised by elves and were told a lot about your ancestors and drow in general. But you know that they're from the Underdark and they kind of just prefer that style of life because they're not necessarily thought of as glowingly in relative to other elves. Just they never tend to get along, likely. And of course, you've dealt with the sunlight sensitivity long enough to know that there's a good reason why drow just decided to stay away from it all in hindsight. Also, drows tend to be a bit more on the unmoral side of the spectrum. And while most elves are either good, neutral, or lawful, chaotic in some way, maybe chaotic than not, most elves are neutral or good. Drows are neutral, evil, usually.
Yeah.
So their long-stated hindsight on viewing on the world is a bit different. So that's what you know.
Well, Z starts to ramble a little bit about herself and drow.
So, basically what a drow is, we're elves, but we adapted to a different way of living. We lived underground, actually in the Underdark. And, well, it was just easier for us because we don't exactly like the sunlight. So, yeah, that's what I am.
The Underdark?
May I roll a history for the Underdark?
Yes.
Okay. 19.
You're on top of it with those.
On top of learning about drows, you learn about the Underdark too. The Underdark is flooded with psionic members and creatures of ill intent. Most creatures adapt to the sort of cutthroat adaptivity as well. If you don't live in a drow city, which is already cutthroat enough, it's very savage in the wilderness there. And the Underdark is very devoid of stabilized wildlife. Everything down there is meant to hunt, kill, or feed on itself. It's more of a prey-driven society than just an ecosystem.
Well, the Underdark is sort of a physical hell. I mean, think of the most dangerous place you can imagine and then put it in a place of no sunlight. A place of betrayal and darkness and hell of a lot of darkness. Yeah, it's really dark, and if that wasn't obvious. And, well, it's evil. You never know what to trust, and it's probably better if you don't trust anything.
You also, with the 19, recall an old story of old sentient beings with tentacles growing out of their mouth, stealing children and weak drows to perform some sort of tests of sorts. You never knew what to make of that, but it never was a nice thought.
And she's gonna kind of go into that.
You know, my mother used to tell me a story of these monsters, and
Basically said what P said. So
These psionic monsters with tentacles.
Well,
Yeah,
that
little kids.
that sounds quite frightful.
Yeah, the way she words it is horrifying.
I don't believe I'd ever like to see the Underdark.
yeah, I want to leave there. Fortunately, I didn't have to live there. I just heard stories from my mother and father.
Lastly, with that check, you would know that you do not know how to get there.
Thank God.
And it's alluded that not a lot of people do either.
Mm.
Well, I suppose it won't be much of something for us to worry about then.
I mean, I'd hope not. You never know where adventuring could lead you, though. Maybe. I don't know, it's like interesting places.
And that is an alarming thought in itself.
All finished there, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Good RP, by the way. Yeah, good RP. With that, I'll need another set of rolls from the scales.
Yeah.
And while he's rolling, I'll leave this to set, but we have been playing for 2.5 hours. I usually like to run session for 3 on a fair note that everybody at least plays that long. If anybody feels that they don't know how long they want to play for, just let me know. And if you're feeling close to wanting to end, just PM me, and I'll end it myself. That way you don't have to feel like everybody knows that you're wanting to leave, you know? So even if it's not like that, just PM me anyways and say, listen, I got about 15 more minutes in me. All right?
Okay.
So that's the way we're going to continuing that from now on, is just PM me. I'll see the PM, I'll read it, and then we'll continue for that much longer. I'll cliffhang on whatever we need. Okay? Does that sound fair to everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was bound to happen. I rolled a 5.
Yeah, with that said, we're going to continue moving north for an hour.
Yeah.
I'm
And
just doing bird horse things.
And I need a perception roll from everybody.
A what?
A perception roll.
Oh,
Oh, finally!
I make this because of the sunlight stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I wasn't asking. I was just like, yeah.
Boom!
Yes, well, you are
Boom!
correct.
Not
Fine.
boom.
Less than boom.
Boom!
Be honest, this wasn't a hard DC. But you guys are killing it.
Except
Average.
It's perception rolls. Whenever we do group perception rolls, we're just like, what is going on?
Alrighty, so you do notice it. And the sound. And this sound echoes in the back of most heads. And I gotta set you guys up for this.
Oh
Is
no.
it cacao time?
Depending. The sound echoes from inside the forest. And it's kind of... It echoes, it does. It sounds very close. But then again, it also sounds very far away.
What does it sound like?
It's kind of close, but kind of far, so it's somewhere in the middle.
Well,
It
no,
sounds, It sounds
this-
like a woman calling out for a child. And with a 19, a 20, and a 20, and 18, you hear it. Laura, you'll only hear the sound. You won't make out what it says. But you'll hear the voice call out for a Tama.
I don't trust it. I cast Meteor Swarm on the entire forest.
It's calling out for Tana? Is that what you said?
Tama.
Tama.
Tama, okay.
Tama.
Amadeus moves a little closer to the edge of the forest, and he calls in after the voice, asking who's there.
And with that,
What have you done?
There's
Having
people
your
in
parents
danger.
told
He
you
has
not
to
to
help.
talk to strangers?
There's people in danger. He has to help.
the only way you can make friends is by talking to strangers.
And
That's why I have
risking
no
life in the
friends.
forest.
I risk my life every
That's
day.
not how you made friends. You made friends by trying to kill someone and deciding not to.
That's true.
the voice stops. Every once in a while, the very subtle but closer voice calling for a Tama reaches out to you.
Will someone just give her a Tama so she shuts up?
I don't think a Tema is a thing, so Scales.
What? What are you talking about?
I must crouch down to let Zed off.
Z's gonna think this is suspicious and hide, so may I do a stealth check?
Sure.
Yeah, 16.
So you don't hide from anybody else in the group, but if there's anything that can't see you right now, 16 would be the number.
Yeah.
Do we know which direction it's coming from?
North.
You guys want to
Amadeus
check it out?
will move a little closer.
I guess we're checking it out.
These are all trees, right?
These are all trees.
I fly up into this one.
Fly up into a tree?
Peace, I actually can't see any. Oh, now I can.
Like, I'm gonna fly up, grab a branch, and crouch down.
Okay.
My map
So you're trying to use the trees as cover.
As cover and as a vantage point.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially, if I'm moving, I'm going to attempt to go from tree to tree.
Yeah, of course. Just let me know
Sure.
which tree you go from.
And that.
Hello? Amadeus is still following the voice a little. Calling out for a response.
And almost a response to you, although coincidental or not, the voice calls out again. Tama?
Would this
In my
name
best
sound
little girl
familiar?
voice, I'm gonna say, right here.
Say again, Wisp.
Name be familiar to me? No?
The name itself?
Yeah.
I don't know, do you know any Tamas?
Well, but I don't know.
From this tree to
Freaking me
this
out.
tree?
I don't think you know any Tamas.
Hmm.
It's sounding like Hannah, and that scares me.
Are we
Hammer.
playing Theater of Mind, or are we playing Map?
Half and half.
Okay.
If you see what you see, then you see.
From my vantage point, I can see that, right?
Yep.
My great ears have just heard that. Everyone get ready to fight.
No. You need to hide. You need to hide.
No, we fight.
Yeah. I'm gonna make it soft, so it just sounds like bird call.
Yeah,
It's not loud squaw.
that's okay.
I'm gonna draw my
And what you see, Cheese, is this.
Amadeus
So-
draws his dagger just in case.
Wisp is gone.
You see this. And let me say what this is. Wisp stealths really well. You guys almost don't hear her stealth away. Z, you see Wisp in her form, and it seems really good. Like she's been doing this for a while.
I move from this tree to this tree? To this group of trees, actually, by looks of things.
Sure.
Amadeus will follow under her path as she goes through the trees.
Mm-hmm.
Guy.
Does Amadeus see my pass with my 17 stealth?
If you can see each other, you can see each other. Stealth
Okay.
only works if you can't see each other in the first place.
Right.
Guy.
Hmm.
You should try to hide.
You know, all right. I was
If you're hiding, it's with disadvantage.
Well, guy's gonna draw his swords, and he's gonna try to hide
Sorry, which swords?
his great swords.
You're drawing them both?
Yes,
I didn't know you had dual wielder.
I do.
Great sword.
I thought I did. Yeah, 2-weapon fighting. Bada bing, baby.
No, you have 2-weapon fighting, which allows you to add any 2 weapons. If you use your bonus attack to fight with the second weapon, you can add your attack damage to it. They're still light weapons, unless you have dual wielder.
I do not have dual wielder.
So you cannot draw them both.
Please,
I will draw one.
please hold for 4th level.
I will draw one
You will
and
draw one.
hide.
And with disadvantage, because you're wearing the plate, correct?
Yeah, no.
Because last I heard, you didn't take that off.
Guy, what are you doing? Come up here.
I'm hiding. I'm trying to hide. They told me to hide.
So as he kind of clunked to a tree, Wisp, you feel like your position's being given away.
I'm gonna use my felineness and over this side, and I'm gonna try and stealth again.
Mm-hmm.
Has the figure taken any notice to the noise that I just heard?
Nope.
Yeah,
The
nah.
figure seems to be looking back and forth.
Oof.
Fuck you, guy.
I'm going to try and move down to Amadeus and Scales.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm very good at hiding, guys.
You
I'm going to
probably
quieten
got
my
confession.
voice because no one stated they're doing that at this point. I'm going to quieten my voice and go, it looks like ghost.
Ghost.
Ghost
In my normal
Doesn't-
voice, I'm gonna say ghost.
doesn't notice us.
Oh no.
Well, maybe I should. Do you think maybe I should go say hi? Might be one of my, like, undead cousins or something.
Tama?
I would like it if we left.
Alright. Probably a
If you
smart
want to
move.
speak to your ghostly comrade, be my guest.
I'd rather not.
If you want to, I can keep an eye on you from the trees.
Yeah,
Squaw,
well, what if it tries to eat my soul?
you have a soul.
I am a soul.
We need to decide now. Do we leave or not? Because I can't see anymore.
Is these try to wave at them?
I see it, yeah.
Let's just go around. There's no reason to mess with it.
Yeah.
Come on, this way.
And she's
And
gonna.
Sparrow, when you hear that, there's no reason to mess with it. Keeping a kind of a corkscrewed eye on it. You see it kind of flicker, less ethereal, more ethereal, less ethereal, more ethereal, and then all of a sudden, it disappears.
Yeah.
I'm
It
gonna
ain't off.
walk through the tree line. I can't because there's a wall there.
Yeah, those are two trees really close together.
I'm gonna
you
squeeze
can
through
do this though, yeah. And where it was, it isn't anymore.
What do you see?
It's gone.
Yeah.
And then it appears again. And it's flickering in and out of existence consistently.
I have the highest AC.
Guys!
She's gonna sneak over
I
to any
approach.
roll.
And as you approach, it seems to notice you as the figure. I'll post it. The discoloration, the cloudiness of the color is supposed to be true, but anybody who takes a real look at the character will see this.
Are you posting it in general?
Yes. Or, well, in-game.
In
It looks like an elven woman with, of course, you can't really see it, but as it flickers in and out, you can see that it probably had, like, reddish hair. And she looks like a simple commoner. But she seems to be flickering in and out of existence.
Hey, guy.
Yeah.
You've passed on. You think you could help her
The
pass
first
on?
person that looks to her is Sparrow, and as Sparrow approaches, the woman looks in her direction.
Do you
And
understand?
her expression shifts from concerned to disappointed.
You seek Tama. Yes?
And in a fade of in and out of existence, the stuttering of, "Do you know where my Tama is?"
No, but I can help you. What does Tama look like?
He's a young boy, like me. And she kind of reaches at her head and tries to grasp at her ears and can't, as her hand phases right through it. And the concerned look grows harsher on her face again as she points to her ears. He's not as developed of an elf as I am, as his father is human.
I understand you are scared. Just calm. I can take a look through the forest if you like. Do you believe he might be here?
I don't know where he is. I don't know where home is. I've been wandering the forests for a day, for two.
Oh dear.
I understand the pain of losing something you once loved. I may be able to help you, but I really need to know what he looks like. And I'm going to slowly start pulling my bag off and reaching in.
And
if you describe him to me, I can picture.
As you go to say all this, she bares her hands, and her hands go through her face as if she's to cry.
Please, do not cry. We are here to help.
You can't help me.
We can try.
Nobody can help me. And she flickers in and out, and in and out, and in and out, and she disappears again.
I'm going to step forward once more, crouch down, and close my eyes and begin to meditate.
Mm-hmm.
I understand your position must be difficult, but if you remain calm, we may be able to help you. Please, sit with me. Feel the forest around you. I'm going to look back. May I have some space?
Z is like right behind Scales, just kind of looking over it, like past him.
I'm not asking you all to back up really far, just like one square is fine.
Sparrow's doing that. I'm gonna start scanning the area around Sparrow. Can I see if there's anything that would resemble any blood or something that would indicate that somebody had died here recently? Does that make sense?
You can make an investigation check over the whole area.
Can I do that too?
Does that make sense?
Everybody can do that if they do.
I'm going to grab Guy's attention really quick. Guy, do you remember how you died?
Very clearly.
Poor Aaron.
This is on point with these fuckers.
I heard
I rolled a 3.
Okay, so that wasn't an so you don't know. That wasn't a as if to say you did a bad. That was a as oh crap.
No.
Got it.
But we'll get back to those rolls in a second, as you guys take the time to scour the area for anything.
Detective Scales is on
maybe
the
a
case.
dead woman. But Sparrow, you grab Guy's attention.
I already asked Guy and he already replied.
Okay.
That may be helpful.
May I sit with you?
Of course, please sit.
The guy's gonna go on his knees right in front of Sparrow.
You're behind me right now.
Yeah, you should be beside.
Yeah,
beside Sparrow.
facing
You
this
knew
direction.
the woman was like, yeah, right in front.
I've never tried to focus in on
Close your
anything like
eyes.
this.
Close your eyes. Do you breathe?
Maybe.
Just close your eyes and focus on the sounds of the forest.
And what I'm going to have you both do is, Sparrow, you're going to roll Insight, and Guy, you can roll Insight with advantage.
Not great, but not terrible.
Mm-hmm.
You roll
Let the
insight.
essence of the forest surround you. Focus on your being. The
As the
wind.
two of you...
I'm going through this, essentially, because I'm also trying to guide the spirit that's with us to try and do the same.
Mm-hmm. And as you both take deep breaths in to try to assess the situation, cross planes into whatever realm of spirits you can. Sparrow, you seem to feel as if the spirit's in front of you, but only because you knew it was there a second ago. You have no discernation of if the spirit is in front of you still or not.
I can sense it.
No, you cannot sense it is the point.
Oh, okay.
The only reason why you think it's in front of you is because
It's because I saw it, yeah.
Yes. Guy, you sit down and meditate on the feeling with Sparrow, and with the guided words, you breathe in, you breathe out. And as if somebody is sitting in front of you. How do you proceed?
I'm gonna
You
continue with my guidance really quick.
you actually cut out for me that whole time.
No, you sit down, you feel back and forth, you try to breathe in and out, you try to meditate on the feeling of that somebody, and you feel as if the wind brushes by you, and somebody that you cannot see must be right in front of you, seated with you.
Guy holds his hand out slightly. Can you give me a sign that you're still here?
And a ghostly hand will come out to you, and it forms from hand to arm to reach to you, to body, and a figure sits in front of you.
Am I now able to see it?
No.
So, you say you've been out here a day or two, huh? Long time. A day or two for us.
And it nods. And it looks like it's trying to speak to you, but it can't.
What's up, Tama? This is...
Expression of excitement almost runs over her face as you mention the word of Tama.
As they're conversing, I'm going to pull a piece of paper, my painter's tools out. I'm going to hand the brush towards Guy. See if she can guide your hand. See if she can write.
I have a piece of paper here and a pen. Would you mind moving the hand in little directions here and there? See if you can write some words for me. I know it's hard, but maybe we can try to get some words out of you.
She seems to understand you as she goes to grip the pen out of your hand. And her hand just phases right through it.
No.
Paper.
No. Put your hand on mine. And just... we can feel our way through this.
And she looks hesitant, and she goes to put her hand on yours. And her hand goes through yours. And although nobody can see her right now, Guy, you start to see her, and she starts to flicker in and out again.
Wait.
And she starts to get overwhelmed.
Breathe. Look at me. You aren't going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. We're here together. Breathe. Whenever you can.
Ask her if she can hear me.
Can you hear my friend over here? Please. Don't fade away yet.
She looks over, and she goes to say to you words, but you can't hear the words.
A nod, a shake. I'm going to try speaking in Celestial and see if that does anything.
No.
Nothing? Cool.
And Guy looks over at Sparrow and then back towards the spirit. Okay. This is gonna be a tough situation, huh?
Guy, if she can hear you but not me, perhaps you should just repeat as I say. I can guide her to calm herself.
That'd be a smart idea. Let's do this.
Okay. I need you to focus.
Guy's
Calm
good.
yourself and feel your being. Imagine your face, your hands, your body, yourself. Let that be the main focus of yourself.
Basically, what's happening is you're guiding
Essentially, I'm
Guy.
trying to guide her, trying to guide Guy to guide her to calm and feel herself.
What matters more is Guy. Do you repeat everything she says, word for word?
Yes.
Okay. Persuasion.
With advantage or disadvantage?
Oh, no, standard.
Standard? Okay. True. Sorry.
It's not a really big helpy thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Not in this situation, not the way I'm thinking. Give me a big red number.
Persuasion, huh? Got this.
Oof.
Oh no.
And what happens is you say all these words back and forth, and she mutters words, and you can't hear intelligible concepts. You start to hear winds rustling past your ears. Very subtle, but when she speaks, her mouth only moves, and you cannot hear her again. She starts to panic. She starts to fade again.
It's okay. Got all day, all night.
She
Don't
starts
worry.
to get worse.
Oh, God.
And then, very subtly, in the back of everybody's heads, although Guy, you're the only one to see her, I don't have time.
Oh, no.
Guy, you're the only one to hear this next phrase. As she says, I just want to see them again.
See who?
And her mouths move, but no words.
Tama? Nod.
And she does, up and down. She affirms you.
Is Tama nearby?
She starts to weep.
No. All right.
And more words, but no sounds.
It's hard for me to hear you, but I can see your reactions. Yes and no's is all I can get through right now. We can work through this. Okay?
She stands up and begins looking around. You can see her, and you can't hear her, but she's screaming in all directions. You've only seen her say the words a few times, but with the little that you know of her so far, she has to be screaming that name. And she begins to walk.
And
Walk.
I'm going to take my ink brush. Actually, no, I'm not. I can't do that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Guy, talk to me. What is going on?
she's walking. That
Guy,
way.
you can still see her. Yeah, so you can point her out.
I'm gonna follow her for a bit. Let me see what I can do.
That is a good idea. If she's
And-
leaving, and I know that she's looking for a person called Tama, I'm gonna take my paints. I'm gonna paint in the best handwriting of common I can.
Mhm.
We will find Tama. Take a feather dagger, in fact. Place it into the point where I last saw her,
Mhm.
and dig it in, so it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, straight in, like half the dagger is in the ground.
By my word, we will find Tama.
Okay. Guy, you start following her.
Mm-hmm.
And as you do that, anybody watching Guy can just make this simple assertion that Guy is walking away from the river
Whoa, wait. Hold on. Where's he going?
It's okay, guys. I'm just helping another lost soul find her way.
That's
If I
good
get
and all, but you're going the wrong way.
I know. If I get too far, if I get too separated, continue that way.
Guy, are you sure?
That I'm not sure about. But hey, I don't want to leave this girl alone.
And she begins to look back and forth and straight. She only seems to be going in a direction that's comfortable. And she realizes that you're following her, and she turns around. And she goes to grab you on the shoulders and falls right through.
Okay. You can't touch me. Not yet, I think.
You can't see her face anymore. But on the ground, that she can still interact with, it seems. She cups the back of her head with both hands. Tightly.
It's gonna be okay. We've gotta keep going. Gotta move quickly.
And all she does is takes her cup-bared head, puts one hand on the ground, and looks in your direction. I need an insight check from you. Okay. Okay. I have to look at something. Boy, do I have to look at something. Okay.
Is Wisp still stealthy stealth?
Seems like it.
Oh, then there's probably no chance I see her.
She goes to reach at you, and everybody sees her now. Guy? I need a charisma saving throw.
Oh.
No.
Whoa, a charisma saving throw? That's never a good thing.
No.
Everybody sees the figure disappear. Guy, you don't even get a chance to sigh.
Oh, shit.
Your eyes close. And Guy, you cannot move.
Guy, is everything okay?
Have you seen her? Rings in the back of your head, and in Guy's voice speaks. Have you seen Tama?
Oh.
Sparrow?
Have you seen Tama?
She's just pointing at him at this point. She's baffled.
And I'm gonna be doing this for a bit. If we do, we can stop
Okay.
right now though. As we will end here.
Damn it!
Oh, what the hell?
Why do we
So
always
I know
gotta
what
fuck with the
happened.
spirits?
We need an exorcist.
Have you seen Tama?
Who's gonna exorcise a dead guy?
There's a dead guy. It ain't a dead guy.
So what's gonna happen now? Are we can't exactly do open RP, can we?
No, because I know somebody's gotta go.
Yeah.
Ah, fine.
Sorry guys, I want to continue. I really do. The way that this went, we took a lot more time doing the still at Syndicate bit that I never got to get to the other thing I wanted to get to. But it's totally okay, because that's just how it works. Sometimes it be like that though.
I hope.
Which I can say because I'm outside of stream now.
Bird horse.
You're not streaming anymore?
Well, no, we're streaming, but like we're not in session. What I'm saying is we can make all the jokes we want to outside of session.
Oh,
That's
great.
what I'm saying. Wink, nudge.
Oh, so I can finally just be like, I can just now make the whole meme just
Yeah, you
die.
could be whatever kind of meme you want to be outside of
Hell
session.
yeah. Have you
In
seen
session.
Tama?
Who the
Inside of
fuck's
session.
Tama?
That's different.
Have you seen Tama?
Have you seen Tama? Have you seen Tama? How about you? You? No? Okay.
I like how Z's just like, what the fuck is happening?
I somehow get the feeling we'll get less information out of Guy than we did with the whole spirit thing.
Guy, I want you to realize that you can still perceive everything around you. And you're feeling this happen to you. But you have no control over your body as of right now.
Yeah, charisma saving throws are never anything good.
Peace.
I
If
feel
you'd
like
like,
that.
Peace. We could do 15 more minutes.
It's up to you. It's
I-
not me.
I'm available too.
I was gonna say, it's better we stop now anyways.
Yeah.
Unless
Okay.
if you can continue for like an hour.
Oh, I can't do an hour.
No.
Then no. We're
God,
gonna stop.
All right.
Sad
And I'm
day.
gonna go and do some stuff, so I'll talk
That's
to you
okay.
later.
Well,
This
what
was
I'll
the
do
very-
is before you leave, Val, I'll get an actual end game session from you because I haven't been because you always leave really quick.
Well, no, that's why I've been like, oh, Peace, I really liked it in the game.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
trying to substitute.
Well, was there anything that you liked or disliked specifically about the session?
This has been very interesting. I like the whole little rock thing that I can't say the language of. That was a throwback.
It's fine. I don't know if you guys will ever get to read that. Unless if somebody... I know, Fox, you're thinking of comprehend languages. It's obvious. I will say, unless if you guys take a level in a single class, you're never going to read that.
Class I say?
Oh, Druid!
So comprehend languages wouldn't work?
No, you could read Druidic if you use comprehend language.
Ah.
Yeah. But it is Druidic, yes.
Cool.
Person that we needed isn't here, aka Val's other character that,
Well, Val's
Turned
the
into that
character that...
guardian thingy.
Well, Val couldn't read Druidic. She was a ranger.
You're talking about my level 11 druid.
Someone get Valerian to fly over here real quick.
Valerian could, because oddly enough, he might be a circle of... Actually, no, I don't think I have him know that. I think I switched Druidic for Primordial, or something specific to his thing.
Yeah.
Right.
But instead of Druidic, because it was less of a nature bound. he had a-
Excuse me, you guys
Oh.
are forgetting the most important character. She's dead. Thank you.
Yeah, so might as well be
Goodbye.
in that grave.
Owl wanted to read this grave when she saw it in stream. She watched the episode where I think it was Jorkle and Neeks and Hooney
Yes.
and Val who all came across this grave.
So it was a grave.
It was a grave, yes.
So Jared peed on someone's grave?
Yes, Jared peed on somebody's grave.
That's so scary.
It was
Hey,
an accident.
Scales made it through a session without getting knocked out.
Oh,
true.
I was extra careful this session. I just want to
might
point
I
that out.
just say?
I'm gonna blow all of my key points to flurry of blow scales multiple times.
That's fine.
Only-
I allow
Please,
it.
just give me this.
Just
Please.
punch the shit out of it.
Might I just say, I really like Z and Amadeus' friendship. That is so adorable.
That's good, yeah. But yeah, if you have to get going, Val, I appreciate you playing today, and thank you for stopping by, everybody, for playing today.
Yeah.
Including Jessica, who was able to play a little bit, even though she kind of gave up knowing that she wasn't being a full player today. I respect that she came out to play for the time that Alara was still around.
Yeah. So,
Then
Did
so
then
she
I guess...
was a lesbian lover.
Yeah.
Did anyone see the video I posted in general?
Yes.
I don't think I have.
Anyway, okay. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Miss y'all.
We'll start with Eric then, working our way down, although we've already started with Valeria. Val. But yeah, is there anything you personally enjoyed or disliked about the session today?
I liked it. I don't.
Every time I ask you.
I'm pretty easy to please, honestly. I liked Nadir's outburst. I didn't expect that one. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
That was a nice different side of him.
Mm-hmm. Right on. So that's your say then, Eric?
Yeah, can't wait to kick his ass.
What about you, Fox?
I enjoyed the session. I wish it was a little bit longer, but that's my complaint every time.
Yes.
We could play for an entire day straight, and I wish it would be longer.
I
Same.
could probably do that. I could probably ad-lib a lot, but I like to prepare enough.
Mm-hmm. No,
But
I enjoyed
God, but was this prepared? And God, I haven't gotten... You know how much I want to get to shit.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I could do this, and I did this, and this is
I
great.
do want to apologize. I kind of stole the whole spirit thing.
No, so that there it is, right? That's okay that you do that. But see how I worked with that, right?
I was like, I kind of put two and two together that her emotions are what are keeping her in
Mm-hmm.
the feeling of existence, and I'm like, I'm the only person that's probably got the best chance of calming the spirit down.
And that's okay. That's totally fine. So it was a moment for anybody, but the way I played it into it was Guy is definitely dead. So he'd probably have a closer look. So I'm not gonna steal away from anybody's
That's why
chance.
I was like, yes, of course, please sit with me. I'm glad you suggested that.
Yeah. As it was cool that you gave it a chance, but it had to be a better chance for Guy, so I did allow that to be easier for him to do. And the DC was 15 to see if you could re-see the character. Guy rolled a 12 and a 16, so he ended up being able to see her again.
Yeah, that's fine.
Jared, how about you?
I had fun with the session. I feel like I didn't accomplish as much in the inn, but I feel like I kind of made up for that afterwards. So
Yeah, well, it's definitely an interesting... You've been the leader when it comes to traveling in a lot of different aspects. It's just funny, just the way Scale's personality works. But it's totally fine. There's going to be parts in the time where you personally as a character don't get to excel, and you personally as a player don't get to excel either because it's not your moment. And then there's other times where it's just going to be an all-around lull. And that's what the inn was. It was an RP lull that part of my pacing as a DM stems from some of the players I used to have in the past, where they prefer not to be thrown or railroaded or contorted to do something specific. So the thing is I'm really looking for you guys as a player to progress, because unless if there's a given reason of why I have to progress you, I won't. And that's what that was. You guys were allowed to stay at the end all day if you wanted to.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's times where you just gotta thwack a tree and be happy with it.
And there it is, right? So with that, out of character, in character, if you guys do want to progress stuff, that's just got to be on you, right? If you want to, okay, I'm tired of sitting at the end, let's get going, there's an adventure to be had, then you have to make that in-character mindset. Some characters can't do that because that's just not who they are. I don't expect Z to stand up and go, fuck you guys, let's go! You know, like... But that's how that's my thought on that. But if that's all you have to say, Jared? Dan Lamson.
Yeah.
How did you like or dislike the session?
I loved it. It's been nothing but a fucking roller coaster since the beginning. It was good. I had fun. I love the fact that, we're playing into the fact that this is a dead cowboy. And dead things, I guess, are cool with each other, I suppose.
Not as overtly as you believe, but...
Yeah, but there's like, oh, it's... Yeah, I see what it is, but it's still cool. I like the fact that, you played into that, and hey, you know what? Now
It
Guy...
actually had less to do about Guy being undead and more to do with the circumstances that's pre-happened.
True. But yeah.
Which you may or may not figure out about. Who knows?
We'll see. But yeah, now there's a whole ass guy. And it be like that sometimes. It do.
Ghosts just keep floating into people when we're around.
Yeah, it seems like there's ethereal things just kind of like being inside people and then suddenly being birthed out of them.
Maybe we should just stop fucking with ghosts.
I think Peace may have a thing for Vor.
I don't know what Vor is, and I don't want to know what Vor is.
Spiritual,
Moving on.
spiritual
Laura.
Vor.
Laura, what do you have to say of the session? She's actually just no-miking what she has to think.
She's speechless. Oh, Peace. There is something I want to do at the end of every session, if you would allow me, and I will do it this session if you will allow me.
Oh God.
It's technically not game related, but at the same time, I feel like I'm not the only one who's like, oh, I wish we could do more stuff because there's people still here. So I'm going to suggest something at the end of the session.
Sure. We'll enter into that suggestion after I make this announcement.
Of course.
I want a drum roll if I can from anybody.
I got
going.
you. I got you.
Amadeus will be the next day's recap.
Woo!
Oh, okay.
So you're going down the list?
I am going down the list.
Cool. So I'll be after Amadeus.
And we'll skip Jared and then continue along the list.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
I'll allow Amadeus to be at this time. If there's anybody that should do a recap based on whatever, right? Then I'll skip somebody to do that person.
Lamsid does the recap.
He could do a recap in his characters.
Sure.
Lamsid would be actually that would be more proficient.
And then we
Because
went down
Jared,
the river, and
then
have
Lamsid.
you seen?
So yeah, no, sorry, Eric, I'm not gonna let you. I'm gonna let Lamsid do the recap.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, it makes
Yeah,
sense because
comfortable with
Jared did the recap.
That's what I
this
said. Yeah,
session.
Jared just did the recap, so Lamsid make no sense. And the current thing that's happening to Guy, that'd be an interesting recap to see at the end of the recap. Laura, I did ask, but you were away, so I'll ask again. Did you have any thoughts about the session?
There's so much shit happening. My heartstrings have been destroyed. Now, guys, fucking possessed by some ghosty woman that's crying. What are you doing to me, Peace?
It's a key word there, possessed.
That's very metagamey. I don't like it.
Uh-huh.
All I said was charisma saving throws never mean good things.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you know the DM's fucking you when the DM's fucking you when a charisma saving throw pops off because they're only there for very few things and all of them are bad.
I was hoping she was just gonna hold my hand.
Oh, no.
You should have done a better job at making her feel at home.
I'm playing into the fact that Guy is a cold cowboy.
Yeah, and I'm playing into the fact that Guy is a cold cowboy.
Oh, that's true. See, we agreed. We agreed on something.
Oh no, it's true. Like, the outcome happened the way I thought it would happen. Although I didn't think what I could do was what I could do, so that was cool that I read that.
Yeah, I'm okay with this. I'm
really okay with this. So yes, Cheese, you had a thought you wanted to bring forward?
So this is something I wanted to do at the end of every game, because there's always people I feel that are like, oh, I wish we could play more. So I'm going to extend forward an invitation to get everyone who is still here and has time together to play a game.
An
actual game. Well, not D&D
just
game.
Whatever game.
Like, put forward ideas. If you want to play a game, we can all get together and play a game.
Yeah, that's fine. I feel like that could be done anytime we do a session, but it will never be like announced on stream.
Yeah, it's just like,
and if
hey,
it's something that we end up streaming after a session, that's okay. So I don't see what's wrong with that. But it'd be like, yeah, okay, we're done. Does anybody want to stick around and play Cards Against Humanity?
Hell.
Oh hell, I'd be down for that.
I don't think I'd be down for that today.
Fair enough.
I want to world build a few things, and if I can steal Eric for a little bit so we can consider some things about the other thing that we were talking about before the session, then him and I can work on that for a little bit.
And we also have Owl and Jess floating up.
Yes, which Owl and Jess are more welcome to pop in.
I'm gonna head out and get some food. It was fun playing with you guys, though.
Oh my god, hi.
Bye.
When did I fucking move? God
I
damn
guess
it!
viewer opinions too. I'll ask the two of you, the Save I Ask players. Starting with Owl, did you enjoy watching the session today? Was there anything you liked?
Yes, I almost started crying.
Oh yeah, what'd you cry about?
With your little ghosty elf bitch here. God damn you, again. And then they ran into the stone I wanted to read the moment I knew about it. I was like, ah!
Val played really well into that too, because she knew about it, right? She was actually, her other character knew about it, so it was
like,
hard
why
for her
am
to stay out.
why am I dead right now?
Alrighty. And Jess, you did get to play for a little bit of the beginning, so I'll ask you as a player and as a viewer, when you were playing, was there anything that you preferred to like or dislike? And then as a viewer, was there anything that you interested or disinterested you?
I mean, playing was fine, viewing was fine. Definitely laughing at Amadeus being the one to make a risky, stupid decision, call out whatever voices in the forest.
He was worried.
I laughed at Scales every time he opened his mouth.
That's
Gonna be honest.
You're supposed to do that. Oh, goodness. And,
Lamp said, I'm just gonna say I love Guy.
Oh.
Done.
Guy's an interesting concept. Lamsid's just a bad player. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
Eat your soul.
he said I'll eat your
Well,
soul.
please, we need to diffuse this conversation before they start talking about Guy's dick again.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Guy's dick, I heard?
Me and Jessica were talking about that. Don't worry about it. We're done.
It don't work. For the last time, it don't work, and it won't
There ain't
matter.
no false life. There ain't no revivify.
Okay, maybe
That's
false
fine.
life, but like once, maybe.
That's
There's
fine.
no-
Me and Jessica came up with a different thing. Don't worry about it.
There's
Holy
no
shit.
enlarge, reduce. There is no... Like, I want to hear all these. Let me work down the list. Chaotic Owl, how can you make Guy impotent? Or not
I
impotent.
have the
Buttoned.
I have the answer.
It's
No,
not
you
about.
don't have the answer, because I
It's-
asked you last.
It's not about that dick. It's about what that mouth do, bro.
That's true. That's true.
Wow.
Alright. That's a close answer.
Dude,
Alright, Eric.
Can I just, like, you know,
Hey, it's not your turn.
right there that y'all are talking about necrophilia? Like, seriously?
Alright, Eric, how you gonna get with good with Guy?
He has no comments.
Speechless.
I don't think Eric cares that he's dead and or impotent.
Speechless is Alright, we'll come back to that. Jessica, how are you gonna get Guy to get going?
skipped?
You're skipped. I said you're last. You have the most
How-
knowledge out of the group.
Okay, you're gonna have to come back to me because my computer is going
That's
wonky,
okay.
so I'm switching to my
Lamsid,
phone real quick.
how you getting Guy going?
I thought we agreed that like this was not like a misnomer for me. I don't really care about this.
That's fine. Good. Laura, how you getting Guy going?
I don't know if I wanna, but let's put him on a string and see what happens.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
Well, that doesn't really work, but I mean, like, you can definitely control him with string, I guess. That would work.
there are
It's
no
just,
strings
again-
on me.
That wouldn't work. Alright, Eric, are you there again? Nah, he's speechless still. Alright, Fox, how are you doing this?
I have two solutions.
Oh
One
god.
is a wish spell.
Under 5th level.
Under 5th. Okay.
Well, you guys
I
are-
have one solution.
One solution.
Guy or someone who is always with Guy has to take some levels in Wizard and learn Ernid's Black Tentacles and cast it directly on his groin.
Oh,
Tentacular spectacular. Burstful.
It's like one of my Japanese animes.
oh no, god. Lamp said no.
Okay, first off,
And he
I'm
said
on
he
my
hates
phone
me,
now,
so
and I
therefore-
can honestly say I have no idea what we're talking about.
So
Are
P
we
It's
said
talking
okay.
about getting
No.
him to move or getting his dick up?
Getting his dick up.
he
Yeah.
said he hates me, so therefore I have
Um,
who's a
Tentacular spectacular does not work. That would be a bloody mess, and you know it.
Well, he's dead, so he probably doesn't feel a lot of pain. So maybe inject his penis with cement and just give him a permanent hard-on?
That's probably the best fucking solution so far. All of you thinking magical solutions, and you could just put the blood in boner.
Holy shit. Guys, wait.
With cement, it will literally be a hard-on.
Oh my god. Well, that
Now,
puts a
what
whole
What I'm gonna say is how much that's not gonna work in the hindsight, because it might be the best idea. But imagine taking a flaccid, cement-filled cock
Oh,
and kind
No.
of thrusting it
I've
between
got it.
somebody.
I need to read something.
His dick would rip off.
Okay, well, do boob jobs exist
he
in this
doesn't-
world? Because we can get like
he
breast
doesn't feel pain,
implants and,
right?
like,
So you
wrap
just
it
sew it back
around.
on.
Plastic doesn't exist in this world.
Well,
Sew it back
boob
on.
jobs.
Minor illusion.
Fuck.
wait. What? Mm.
Just buy him a dildo that he can strap to his face. There you
Again.
go.
What?
No.
That's not a
So
thing.
yeah, we're gonna give this conversation piece up again.
No, wait,
for
I
the
think I
third
have
time.
it. I think I
No,
have it. I
you
think I
don't
have it.
have it. You had to reject.
Alter self.
There it is.
Alter self. Oh, there
How
it
hard
is.
was that? How hard was that to come up with? Alter self.
Hard
There we
enough.
go.
Just popped into my mind just now.
So
I was like, alter self.
Owl hard enough.
Second level. Like nobody thinks of alter self because everybody thinks of illusions.
You know, I feel like there's the simplest fix to this whole situation would just be to find a way to like bring him back to life.
Well,
To
no,
be-
but that's like revivify or something only happens immediately, and then fucking actually like what is it called? Like resurrecting somebody is like 5th level or higher.
I'm just trying to avoid the whole
Why can't
necrophilia
Nader
thing.
do it?
Alter self doesn't feel like necrophilia if you change your whole appearance to look human.
Oh my god.
So
Well,
if you
does
don't buy
Mind
this
the
ruling,
necrophilia.
But
Buy
does my
this-
dick work? How would my
Buy
dick
this.
work?
It would be alter self. Alter self is a physical transmutation.
That's true.
So by
hold
that
it.
ruling, I could find any old male prostitute, pay him enough money, and alter self his dick so I can get fucked by a horse dick in your campaign, right?
Yes.
Oh my god. Please don't do that.
All
This
the
is
best
why I'm-
prostitutes have access to alter self.
Please don't.
Oh,
Please
my
don't.
god.
Well then, guys in luck.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
All that big old dick you think you've been taking has been a spell. You've been
Whole
a slave
time.
to spell.
I
But
put
with
a
that being
spell
said,
on you.
we are going to end stream. So thank you all
Wait.
who are currently viewing or have
This
viewed in
conversation.
the past or future.
Hey, Peace.
I am doing the ending. You can talk after I do this.
One last thing. Wait, one last
Nope,
thing.
I'm going to do the ending. You can talk
Peace,
after I do
one
this.
last
No,
thing.
I'm doing the ending.
Where's
You can talk
Tama?
after I
Wait,
do
actually,
this.
there's one more thing.
What?
My internet is stable, so if we do get a game together, I will hop on and stream on my end.
Quick, everyone roll for dick links.
Now, I'm muting people now.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I did hear. But with that all said, I bid you all farewell, and I will see you next session. As of current, the next session to be hosted is the next Severed Isles event, which should be done on Cheese's account. But if not, will be done on mine again.
I'm looking
Alright.
forward to it.
Are you?
I'm
Can we say
looking
goodbye
very
now?
forward. Yes, we can all say goodbye.
Bye bye. I'll unmute them so they can say goodbye
Oh
too.
yay! Bye.
Bye bye.
Where's Tama?
Oh my god.